A pleasant Saturday night to you all. Welcome to Talk the Things Saturdays. Tonight we are here with your girl Simone Taylor.
I know it's Dennis Taylor.
Yes, guys, happy to have you. So welcome, welcome. As you can see by the title tonight, what this life is all about. Yeah, guys.
Yes, guys. So
That
it's
turn up,
yeah.
turn it down.
So it's straight talk with marriage couple
Forum.
forum. So
Yeah, guys.
guys, remember as I come on the live stream, just give us a thumbs up, share us out. We're gonna have a hey
Ah, epic. Epic,
night.
epic, epic night. Yes. And you don't want to miss out on this night. Okay, guys? Yes. So just
Wow,
rock and come in
I'm excited.
as they reach in. Just remember to just share out the girl. Yes, guys.
All right, we're gonna just do a little share out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Share it out.
So tonight we're gonna have some couples, married couples. Some of them married for ah
Here.
couple years well. You
Yes,
have
whether you're
some just to
married or whether
come,
you're
you know.
single, yeah,
Yeah.
one day you want to enter married life and so forth. Welcome, Simone. Happy to have you here. Big up yourself, full of attitude. Welcome,
Welcome,
welcome.
welcome.
Yes,
And you also have Sunshine City Solar Light
welcome, welcome,
Jamaica. Bless up,
Sunshine
bless up,
City.
bless up. Mega
Welcome,
shout out to you.
Elenica,
Yes.
Vanessa. Welcome,
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 Lands Recycle. Welcome, welcome,
welcome,
welcome. So,
welcome.
guys, remember, as I come on the live stream, guys, give us a share. It no matter if I YouTube share, WhatsApp, Instagram, it don't really matter. Just share out it because we want to reach a lot of single persons, person that want to get married, person that is already married for a couple of years, going through some little things. I go through some rough time in them life, guys.
It live
Ah,
a good time in them life,
wow.
like yeah,
It's gonna be a night, guys.
yes,
Yeah. So we're gonna have some couples that are gonna come up. Ah, well,
sure.
hey, we're just gonna have a jolly night, guys. Just sit, enjoy, watch, ask your question, send in a question. Them when, hey, don't fret, guys. We're gonna have
Yes.
a wonderful night. All right. What is it?
Hi, look at me.
All right, good now. Not gonna
Yeah.
trouble it, but
Yes.
yes, guys. So we're gonna have a jolly time, guys. So remember, just share, share, share,
Then
share,
you.
share. Yes, it what
God,
happened with
yeah,
our
we are
phone?
having more than a jolly time tonight. Yes, guys. Welcome,
Jesus.
Student Johnson.
Hello.
Student Johnson saying good night to sailors
Yeah,
and
and everyone in the
yeah,
chat.
cheers. Mhm.
All right. So come on, guys. As I come on the live stream, give us a share to remember to thumbs up.
You need to go to your bed if you are
Yes.
not a married couple.
If you want to look at it like what, what to say? What are
My
you
God,
saying? What
yes.
are you really saying?
So just thumbs up and share us out. Yes, guys. So we still a co-host up here with us alongside of us.
Tutorial King, bless up, bless up, bless up.
Blessing
Mega
to you,
shout out to
Tutorial
you.
King. Blessing and love to
Hey,
you, Tutorial King. Happy to have you here. Guys, we
let me get
soon
some fun.
start as I can
You
see.
can turn on you see?
As I can see the topic, guys. No, Dennis, you're not getting no fun. Dennis can't get no fun. I'll just slap this on the plane of the.
Where? What do you see? No?
You are stop
It's
bother me.
hot. Alright. Alright.
Guys, my vex now, you see it.
Alright, full attitude to leave me alone.
Hey,
Yes,
God.
guys. So it's gonna be a really fun night tonight. So we're just gonna wait until the host come on, guys. So welcome, 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 each and every one, all of our silent listeners.
Big
Will
up to our silent listeners and welcome again, guys. Welcome to each and every one. Happy Saturday to you. Hope your Saturday was great. For me, my Saturday was a bit tiring.
wow.
I mean, I say no. It was just tiring. Yes. So,
For mine's just
for your one was enjoyable.
no, it's just one of my rough Sundays, Saturdays. I will share it with you guys maybe next week. You understand? But I have to give God thanks
Thank
for
you,
everything. All
Tutural.
right.
Thank you, Tutural. Hurry.
Wow. Hey, Tatura, man, I look my wife, be
Hey,
careful.
God.
Be careful.
Yes,
All right.
student.
All right. So
No,
sit down and
sir.
say hi, Prince Daniel.
Hey,
So
God.
say hello, Daniel. Say hi.
So, so when you're ready to come up, just, you don't know, do. And I
Yes,
could
all
just
my
discuss it.
co-hosts.
Yes, my co-host. So we are just typical waiting on you. Well, on there, when my book, there with my question there.
Oh, where's the book with the questions?
Hey, let me get the book with the question, please. Our state of Mr. King.
Tutorial King here. Look, my wife, man. Johnny Reed, bless up, bless up, bless up. Johnny Reed said good night.
Thank
Um,
you.
and good topic. Awesome,
Thank you
awesome,
so much,
awesome. So,
Janikri.
guys,
Blessings to you. Happy to have you
you guys
here.
gonna enjoy yourself
Yes.
tonight. Trust me, man. I tell you guys. So remember, as a command, guys, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay.
Okay.
Daniel.
All right. So I don't sure who was trying to come up a short while ago. It don't something there. I don't know why that's
Oh,
okay.
yeah. That's good.
Hold on.
That's good, man. All right, so let's give you a minute, guys.
First funny because I don't know why this
Yeah, man,
happen.
just press it on and phone
Good
and
evening.
go.
Tell us what?
Yeah, it's good.
So
Huh?
when I say,
Why it's not? Okay, it's sharing,
oh,
it's sharing now.
hey, good night, Shell Scanner. Okay, Shell Scanner.
And a shell's
Uh,
corner this. Next one.
No,
man,
no,
always
but
you
no,
full
you're
of
not
attitude.
Shell Scanner. Good night. I know you are too much Shell Scanner and I
Come
chat.
over. Ay, ay, ay. All right.
Hey, God.
All right. So Shelly Connor said good night, guys. Shelly Connor said soon come up.
Hey, God.
All right.
Okay.
Simone said you both looking fantastic tonight.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much,
Thank you so
Simone.
much.
Thank
Really
you.
No, so the
appreciate that.
Taylor squad come out to themselves tonight. Look there. But like it. Don't know. Look at Daniel. Go on yourself, Daniel.
Thank you, on. Thank
Ay,
you.
ay, ay.
Me say, come have my big book.
Yeah.
Girl. Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, welcome, Zion Cake. Welcome, darling. Happy
Welcome,
to have you
Dante.
here
Blessing to
on.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blessings to everyone in the chat. Blessings to everyone in the chat, guys. I hope you guys have your questions. We're gonna drop a lot of nuggets here.
Ah.
Listen, all of us, we're here to learn. We're here for both single and married couples. If you don't want to know
Yes.
how to get married, or if get all of the juicy questions ready. If you don't want to know how to make the boy propose, all of them nice things there.
Ah.
If you know how to keep the girl and how to treat the girl, we're gonna teach you
Yeah.
all the little nuggets and everything.
Mm,
So just come
yeah.
and do it too. Thumbs up as you enter the golden rule, and I'll have a bag of fun over here tonight. All right.
Straight through.
Straight up. Loving it. Loving it. Same
Ay, ay,
Sego.
ay.
Same Sego. Daniel, I guess you know.
No,
He
man.
asked
You cannot act like. Man, tell yourself, could I just turn on the
me,
thing?
can
AC.
come, Papa.
All right, go
Give
to
me a minute.
my. Go to my miss. Push.
Uh, Ryan, can you get the pointer in your tongue, please, Anton?
All right. Yes, Daniel? Okay.
All right, you turn it.
All right. All right. So, Diane takes a Daniel growing into a big man so fast. Exactly, he's growing, he's growing, he's growing. All right, so Diane said I ship Andre. She said again active person also I am Sunshine City. All right, it's working. So I done Diane take
Gigantic.
awesome. But and also I Simone and I
Then,
full
a
of
full of
attitude.
attitude.
Yes. All right, so
Hmm?
make a shout out to each and everyone.
Oh,
Remember,
Diane Cake is just healing you up.
so remember, guys,
Hi
as a come
guys.
on,
Hi.
thumbs up,
Good
thumbs up.
evening.
All right. So thumbs us, and give us a share out. All right. So
Alright, Sydney is healing up Diane.
yeah,
Diane is healing up.
Shaniki says, how is how is important to maintain a marriage between the couple. All right. Let me snap the question. This right. Diane take is just healing up. Sydney.
All right, guys, drop your questions. Doing another co-host to come up,
Yeah. So Shelly can soon come up, guys.
and then
Right.
my husband will be here soon.
Awesome,
Okay,
awesome,
nice.
awesome. So you see it, me, hey guys, we're glad about this. It's couples. You understand? A single. So guess
Move
what?
from
We
there.
have a lot of hey. Let me tell you
Me
something,
single
man.
I'm a couple.
Which one?
See, so when I get over here, so I'm single, I went to get over here, so I'm a couple. What other Daniela look for me?
You mean I'm look for her?
Jesus!
You mean
So
I'm
where
look
did
for
I
her?
get
For me, no, no, me, no, no, but I don't know what is Mrs. Taylor speaking of. I don't understand her. I don't
That's what
understand
I'm
that
talking
statement,
about.
Mrs. Taylor.
Hey,
Ay,
God.
ay, ay.
Hey, God, let's have to run joke here about them.
Me
You know,
not
them
understand that
bamboo.
statement, Mrs. Listen, her name is Mrs. Taylor tonight, guys. Okay, Mrs. Taylor. I saw it ago, right? So
Hey, God.
Exactly.
So you
you know,
say
me
no
need to change
spoon
all my name.
tonight?
Me need to change my name tonight.
Yeah,
Tonight, I am Mrs. Sutton. Okay,
All
yeah,
right, Miss
yeah.
Sutton.
right? Let's go,
Wow.
Mrs. Sutton.
Man, you hear that?
Yeah, God.
Right?
Loving it.
Awesome. So guys, remember to send in
The
your
question?
question because Shanik is sending the question, but you can hold on look still no can I follow up yet. Hold up. Oh, I think I guess. No. All
No.
right, so you can hold bit on some of the question now
Yeah,
until
because there's another
the next.
question in the chat from
Yeah,
Janika
I'm
Reed.
gonna snap it.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna snap it.
You need one address it as yet.
No, I wanted because with the questions, I feel like
Yeah.
all the couples should attack the question because everybody perspective is a
Point
little
of view is
different.
different. Yeah.
So I think that when the question is thrown out there, everybody should tackle it in their own way, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So we don't want to
Yeah.
be unfair to the other couples that are not able to be here as yet. Want able to
Yes,
give them a fair
exactly.
chance to answer the questions based on their experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Total understand. That's understandable.
So
But guys,
welcome,
remember, write
welcome
down
to
the
the channel.
question, write them down as them come in, just write them down and just show them out, right?
I have my question them ready
You
waiting
have
all
question fuller?
Excuse me, who's Fuller?
Miss Sutton? Miss Sutton?
My name is Mrs. Sutton. Listen.
Miss
Yes.
Sutton. I'm sorry, Miss Sutton. My
Hey
apologies.
God. All right. So do you have any question?
No, she has question right now ready. All right. Sister
Welcome,
No,
Winnie.
let me
Sister
tell you
Win.
something. No, I mean, I'm not any question written down, but I have certain questions that I want to ask. So
All
I do not
Okay,
have
right.
any
nice,
written down per
nice.
se.
Oh,
Whoa.
well, for me, I write down some because,
Yeah,
like,
me
me
know you
know
always
that
all
these
right.
are some.
I not even remind me, say, girl, write down your question. Me know, sir, I saw it go. I saw it go.
Jesus, please, Lord. Girl, me never remember if you do not watch Shelly can remember me.
And you could have passed on
Ay,
a
Watch
little
ay,
gem.
Shelly
ay.
can.
And you could have passed on a little
Yeah?
gem. Listen. And you could have passed on a,
You
you know
know,
what?
girl, I say you don't do your thing long time because you same type of person there. Girl, I want to say, my Mrs.
Guys, let me give you a little joke. I went to work today and I was
Yes,
super tired, right? So I said, okay, man, I'll go
yes.
sleep. Let me tell you, say, I literally jumped up about 15 minutes ago and I looked at the time because Jamaica is a hour ahead of me.
Yes.
So me say when I jumped up, it was actually 6:39 my time. Me say, but Jesus, but look how me supposed to go. This something me go miss it. Me say, well, be a cussing for me, you know. So I literally run on from the telesummary channel. And me say upcoming. So me say upcoming. So me say me early. So I call him. Oh my
Right.
goodness. I mean, never want to miss it at all. Listen.
That's all. Can't miss it.
Me too. I'm excited. I
Well,
can't wait.
I'm super excited because sometimes you're in a marriage for
Years that you're
years.
thinking know it
Yeah,
all,
exactly. And
and you're doing.
you don't. So have this,
Yeah.
it's a blessing to come together as a couple, as a married
Yep.
couple, and we share our
Definitely.
different opinion. And also, if guys, if you are single, it's very good to sit down and listen what to expect, how to
Yes.
handle certain situation when things come
Mhm.
up. You understand? And remember, in a relationship is not a walk in the park. I tell you that. In a marriage, it's not a walk in the
Mhm.
park. You have to go through some things. I mean, I tell you something. And so yeah, me even want to talk too much, man. You know, I'm going to say, but guys,
We
it's
don't
never
want
be
to
epic
really
tonight.
you and not need no show. Taylor, want you, Taylor. All right, Taylor. Janiki, hold on to your question, honey. Hold on to the question, my love. We'll answer your question as they come in. We're just waiting on the other couple to
Mm.
come up. Just hold on to it. Hold on. We know someone have the burning question them. So we know so we're gonna do the two. All right, guys. How was your guys
Yeah.
Saturday? How was your guys day today? Who cook soup today? Who not give me no food today? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
hold on to your questions, my love. Me know sound already to show them out. Hold on. Well, what it
Ah,
people
Wow. Wow.
wow.
Someone up
that
on top.
question there,
Snap it.
listen, that question there have look of substance. I like that question there. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Snappy.
And
All
guys,
right. Let's
remember,
not.
guys, always remember, even though we are married, people are mistaken married for a relationship. We're still in a relationship. The only thing about it is we're no longer girlfriend or boyfriend. We're husband and wife. So, a lot of
Yes.
guys say, oh, what is the difference between relationship and a marriage? Marriage is a technical part of it where we are legally bound
Yeah,
under
yeah,
law.
yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Miss
Welcome.
Sutton.
Welcome,
Before,
Elaine
yeah,
Nichols.
welcome, LA Neka. But Simone said, I think we hold on long enough. LOL. So a lot of person
Listen,
is
Mama,
ready. Ready.
we need to get this.
Sure.
Hold on there.
Just hold it just a bit. We have one more one of our co-hosts supposed to come up, guys. Just bear and just a little bit. Me know some excited. Hey
Just
guys.
like me, I can't wait.
Sure.
I can't wait.
Sure. Love Eyes is in the building. Bless up to
Blessing, love,
you.
eyes.
Guys,
Blessing.
we're gonna have a bomb night, guys. Yes, Latisha Garden. Daniel, what are these things? Um La- Latisha Garden bless up and also Jordan. Yeah, Jordan.
Jardine.
Jordan, welcome. All right. So tutorial kings, oh yeah, okay, no problem. All right. So guys, just a bit, all a question them a bit. Me no want,
Question them
hey,
can't work. Guys, please remember to
sure.
thumbs up the live as after you reach again.
So me a snap. Me no want
And
to
please
miss out
share us
one.
out so other person can come in to come listen to the chat like and ask their question also because like as we said this live is a couple and single.
Single. Wow.
Yes.
Just excited. Hey, sure. Hey,
No sound. Now
ready.
go out in the cell. No sound.
Sure.
Mrs. Taylor. Mrs. Taylor. Mrs. Taylor is just smiling and beaming from ear to ear. No, I like it.
My
Wow.
God. Daniel, watch Daniel and Margaret before I give me
All
no.
right. So waiting on Mr. Suttons and also Shelly. That is the corner. So we all come on time. Ready?
All right, me know
No,
when ready,
sir.
you know. Me know when
Them
ready.
red
Simone,
light
I
already
know.
I
I
see
blinking.
know,
that
Simone.
street light already, but
Bef-
please,
Before we start the live, Mr. Tina, look there.
shoot person
She
was
personal
there
ready. We
waiting.
even start the live it and she personally sit down and wait and say, wow.
Oh, Daniel.
But
Because
really love and
I
appreciate.
think that people, I think that people,
All
this
right,
this
hold
you'll
on,
be a
there.
lot
Let
of
me see
people.
who is this is coming up. All
All
right,
right.
Shelly Connor is here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. All right.
Hi, Shell. Shell,
The drop
what
off.
just happened? Hit me and
All right. So
see.
Shells, you can come. You can try and come up back. All right. What's Shells right name again, Mrs.
Man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I hope me not get in trouble.
I mean, remember.
Adams? Adams?
Sarah, you're not getting in no trouble. I'd rather you get in it more on me.
Okay. I'll try to record that one.
I
All right. So
want,
Shelly, you can
I want
try
you
and
to
come up
call her
again.
about Mrs.
I don't want to call her
Adams.
Shelly also. That's the thing.
Yes,
But I want
you
you to
need,
call her
I
about
need to put
Mrs.
a
Adams.
respect on the name. I need to put a
Yes,
respect on the
exactly.
name.
Wait
Yes,
now,
Me not
but
under,
exactly.
him no remember I the married name and I say Mrs. Adams. So wait now until she reach out. But Mrs.
I'm gonna
Adams,
make
my
sure
name is
ask
Adams.
before because I forget all about that.
me not
But
go down
forgive
there
me,
so with
Shelly.
you. Me? Nah, go down there with you. No, no, them no go on with that.
And then it.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, so we have 10 million people in the building. We love and appreciate each and every one. Blessing to you, all of my silent listeners. Remember, if you can give us a thumbs up, please
All
go
right, press
ahead
the
and
chat.
give us a thumbs up. If you can share us on WhatsApp, YouTube,
Yeah,
Instagram, just give us a
Facebook.
yeah,
Yeah,
just give us a share out.
six. All
All
right.
right, we are on. We are on. I think we're
No,
on.
so
Yes.
we miss one somebody. Hold on there. I go back in on my camp. Hi, Shelly's corner. I'm sorry. The lovely couple.
All right, bless. It is something. You mute. You're mute. You're mute. All right.
You seen all of us?
Ah,
Hey, good night. Welcome, welcome. Our beautiful couple, welcome to the live stream.
love you all. We love you.
All
Love
right,
you.
welcome, Miss.
Daniel. No, say but in a quick moment.
Wait, I control.
All right. So we have Shane Ashley. He said, "Hello, my amazing couple. Daniel is getting big, and I think that's him. Uh, exactly, is it?
So
All right.
true.
She said again, nice topic. Good night.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
So Simone says, I Shelly and husband. All right. Some mega shout out to you, Mrs. Shelley. Can you remind me of your right name again? Your married name?
Abrahams.
Oh, Abraham's. Jesus, so yeah,
All right,
the system when I said
Abraham.
wrong something a while ago.
All
All right,
right,
hold on.
give me a minute. Like this
Uh,
now, real quick.
all right, awesome, O'Neill. All right.
Night, everyone. So,
Yeah, man. You good, man. Pick up.
what the
All
All
right.
right,
Awesome.
welcome. All
good
right, so
night.
welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Abraham.
Yes.
Thank you
And
for having me.
welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Sutton.
Yes.
Good day. What's up?
Yes.
Blessing, blessing to you.
All
All
right.
right.
So earlier on.
Only hope.
So earlier on,
Only hope my internet
something
work
was
with me, innit?
say no since one year. Okay.
All right. I
What's
think
the
I'm
question?
gonna go up to the questions. I wonder if it's gonna.
A screenshot.
I'm gonna check out the scriptures. So blessing each and every one.
Let me see if I can find it.
No man, you're not.
All right.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna find the first one. All right. The first one is Johnny Reed. Says how is important to maintain a marriage between a couple. That's the first one.
I heard nothing just now.
This is something. All right. This is something I'm muting mine. Read again.
Um,
All right. So the first question that we have is from
Shanika
Shanika
Reed.
Reed.
Shanika Reed said, how is important to maintain a marriage between the couple. So that is the first question.
Alright, let me take this Bluetooth. Let me turn this Bluetooth off because it's giving me a warm time. Hold on.
All right, let me mute. I think I'm gonna mute my mic and see if it's gonna be audio gonna be better.
Okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead. What? Repeat that question just now.
You guys are hearing me, right?
Yeah, man, we are hearing
Yeah.
you.
Okay, okay. It's not
All
echoing or
right, so
anything?
we have the first question. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, is it echoing?
No,
No, not
it's
anymore.
good to know. It's good to know. All right, so we have the first question from Shaniki Reed. Says how is important to maintain a marriage between the couple. So that's the first question.
Okay, who does it go to?
Okay, so for me, it is very important to maintain a marriage because one, you made a vow to the person and you also made a vow to God. So I feel as if you're not ready for it, you should not enter it and should not make promises that you can't keep.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What is your take on
Uh,
it? Oh wow. Why am I reading
Me?
All right. You can go ahead and give your take on it. Let
O'Neill,
me hear it on you.
Mr. Sutton.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just say this. Whether you like it or not, it's the facts. Marriage is a contract. But guess what? It is also a bond. It's a bond between the two. It's a bond between the two,
Yes.
Okay.
which they become one. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? The contract is what keeps, awareness in your head to say, well, if I should depart from this person, what should happen? So you will rethink and say, listen, I need to work it out. Because let's face it, we as human beings, we tend, especially females, tend to just change their minds or change our minds, in a blink of an eye. So things are needed to put in place, to give you, not to say a scare, but awareness. Because sometimes people look away from love. They don't look on the fact that they love each other where they started from the first, instance in which the reason for them to get married. They look past it and look at the problems that they're having and just float with it. So I think my take is you should always be mindful of what you're entering in when it comes to a marriage. and don't go into a marriage to come out of a marriage, because it's a sacrifice, but at the same time a vow to God and yourself. And if you're religious, trust me, God thing is not a play thing. So you know that thing they go. Alright, that's what
Okay.
I have to say.
Nice. Yes. You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay.
I want to chime in on the question about maintenance.
Yes.
And I will use a physical thing like a car. If you don't maintain that car, you don't get the service from it.
Yes,
If
exactly.
you don't maintain it, it won't drive effectively, properly. Same thing with the marriage. If there's no
Yes.
maintenance, sooner or later you're gonna have a breakdown. Sooner or later it's going to tear apart. Sooner or later it's going, you're gonna have a lot of hiccups and so forth and so on. So maintenance is essential. And I want to also say that the effort that couples put out when dating need to intensify to maintain the marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome.
And nice. All right. So the next question was
All
the
right,
next
so
question.
the next question, I'm gonna look for it. Give me a minute. All right, Daniel, it seems like I want to sleep.
All right, just give us a minute. We are looking for the
I
next
think is the next
question.
question is Simone.
Yeah, yeah, Simone.
All right, I'm gonna read Simone now.
Yeah.
All right, Simone says, what's the best way to communicate with your husband when you doesn't take the time to listen at all because he um don't listen. He is always misunderstanding. That's the cause. What's the cause necessarily? Argument.
Yes, guys. So go ahead and ask your question.
All right, repeat that question again.
All right. So I'm going to repeat it again. All right. So Simone says, What is the best way
Mhm.
to communicate with your husband when he doesn't take the time to listen at all, but because he doesn't listen, there is always misunderstanding that
Mhm.
cause unnecessary argument.
So basically what Simona said, like said the husband do not listen because the husband do not listen, it always causes unnecessary argument. So you want to tackle that guys? I just comment.
Um, I'm gonna tell you how I do it. I'm gonna just be honest and tell you how yeah, I'm a person like this. Like, um, with me, I'm a person like I just leave you alone, or you know, probably like revisit it at another time per se.
Yes,
Um, sometimes like in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the argument, some things can get misconstrued, and some things might be taken out of proportion or out of
Yeah,
context of what you're trying to say. So, you will say something, but you don't actually mean what they think you mean. So I just think
yeah,
that, like, for me, and I said, as guys, my answers are based on me and how I would, you know, deal with the situation per se. So I just feel like,
yes.
revisit it at a later date or when everybody calm down out of a cool head. And
Okay,
then
okay.
instead of
understand.
yelling and all of that, then you just, try to talk or, you know, uh, that's how I deal with it.
Yes. All right. So
All right. So the
anybody else
question
want to
says,
tackle that one?
Go ahead.
what's the best way to communicate with your husband when he doesn't take the time to listen at all?
Yeah.
Because of that, because he doesn't listen, there is always a misunderstanding that causes an argument. So the first thing I believe needs to be done here is that the husband need to give his wife a time to express herself. Give her time to express herself, to express her feelings, to communicate what she's communicating. And not
Yes.
only listen to respond, but listen to hear her. Listen to hear what she's saying. And then know, because when you listen to hear what she's saying, then there won't be any misunderstanding.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Um,
I think, sorry, babe, I think he needs to develop that skill of listening, hearing his wife.
just to chime in on that, and I know the question was posed, I think, to the wife, but communication in any relationship need to be clear. All right. Um, somebody can say something, but it is not understood. And I believe what needs to happen is before you leave saying this is what they meant, it is easy best for you to say, what did you mean?
Yes,
What
exactly.
did you mean when you said this? What did you mean by whatever comment you made? What did you mean? Because what happens, what causes argument many times is, oh, you hear something that was never said.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's the issue. Ask the question, what, honey, what did you say? What did you mean by this?
Yes.
And as my
Yes.
wife said, take time out to listen to the woman. And listen, I'm saying this for the men on here. As a man myself, we know
Yeah.
we so we are so always on the go. We don't have time to hear nothing. But listen, let me say this.
True.
Women don't
True.
always speak with words.
Eh,
Women don't always speak with words. They speak with hints, they speak with their body language, and the man now need to learn how his woman communicates.
That's true.
I had to learn that when my wife says she likes something, that's a hint for me to get it.
Yeah.
I had to learn that. And for years I've been saying, why don't you just come out and say what you're saying? But we have to learn how to understand how they communicate. They will not always come out and say something. And
That
also
is
for
true.
us men, again, listen, if the woman is quarreling about the toothpaste is not the issue.
Something behind it, right?
There is something behind it. Understand how your woman communicate. Ask the relevant
Exactly.
questions. Honey, what's the problem? What really is the thing? What is it? Because you can't be arguing over some toothpaste. Come, what is the thing? So,
Yeah.
how you communicate, it must be clear. And men
Yeah.
and women ask the relevant questions. What do you mean by what you said? Don't leave assuming that this is what is said and what is meant. And that's what I
Yeah.
have to say.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. All right. We have different question in the chat.
Yeah.
A question where hold on.
Hey, Daniel, stop. So I'm gonna go back in the chat.
All right.
Daniel.
No problem.
So check.
Welcome, Winston.
Bless up, Winston. Bless up,
Welcome,
bless up,
chilling
bless
with
up.
Lady D. Yeah. Go ahead now. Want somebody in the chat?
Come contribute this. All right. Daniel, stop. All right. So who's the question again?
The question gone way up.
So Shelly, you can click on come on back on the link. Ah, all right. So well Shanique Reed said, oh it's important to be yeah, focus on the marriage, Daniela. So that's what Shanique Reed asked.
All right.
Daniela,
Let me let him back,
what's up?
Shell.
How are you?
Welcome, guys, to the live. Happy to have you here. As you join the live, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Share us out once you can. All
Sorry
right.
about
So,
that,
Shell,
guys.
Yeah,
that's
that's okay. That's
okay.
okay.
That's okay. Oh, look on beauty.
Yes. Miss Sutton, Miss Sutton.
Yes.
Blessings, Sutton,
All
Miss
right.
Sutton.
So blessing
All
again, my
right.
son. All right. Go ahead with the question. Charles, do you see that question?
How it how is it important? How important it is to be focused on the marriage? How is it important to be focused on the marriage?
Put him over
I
here.
think the person is asking how important it is to be focused on your marriage. I think
Yes.
that's the question.
Yes. Yes.
It's very important to be focused on your marriage. We in the church says that your marriage is your first ministry. That is the first
Yes.
ministry that you have. And you have to ensure that you do everything in your power to keep that ministry alive, to keep that
Yes.
ministry going. So it's very
Okay.
important. Your marriage should be your one of your main focus, one of your main focus, if not your main focus.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
It's also important for us to understand that um concerning the marriage, if you allow yourself to be get distracted in regards to not paying attention to it and what's happening with it and so forth and so on, you can cause yourself to be led down the path of destruction. Because if you don't give attention or time or focus on the marriage to ensure that it is running how it's supposed to go, it is being developed, then trust and believe that there is somebody just might just come in and give some attention where you're supposed to be giving it. So we have to be very careful that we put a lot of focus in causing the marriage to grow. And listen, our every marriage, this is what I strongly believe. Every marriage is like a plant.
Yes.
A seed has been planted. You have to now nurture that thing as it grows.
Yes.
If you don't water your plant, guess what? If you don't nurture it, it dies.
Amen.
So you
So
have to
true.
ensure you put some focus on that. If you want that thing to go, if you want it to blossom, to bloom, whatever, give some time to it and nurture it, and that's how it's gonna grow.
Yes. Yes. So true. More questions you done chat, Taylor?
Yeah, more question. Shelly, I
There is
wanna
a question.
go.
Go ahead.
Sure. There's a question from Letitia Gordon. Good night,
Okay.
Letitia. It says, do you think married couples should have a password on their phone that each other don't know?
Wow. You hit it right. Hey. This
Thank you for that question, Letitia. Very good
ah
question.
wonderful question, man.
Let me answer
Wow.
that question. For me per se, I do have passwords on my phone. Um, I don't have a problem. See, I don't feel like I have nothing to hide. So password on my phone is more for my children, much more or less, more or less than my husband. Because if he wants to go, I don't care. If he come to me and said to me, "May I borrow your phone? Let me see your phone." Okay, here. That's just me. Like I'm open like that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so people
Guess what?
people
Hold
put
up,
people
hold
put
up, hold up,
passwords people put passwords on phone for different reasons,
hold
right?
up. I
Um,
nothing else.
People put passwords on their phone for different reasons. Um, I just you know I would tell them the password. I don't have a problem.
Okay. Um, as she says that passwords are on your devices for different reasons. Let me just say this though. You're in a marriage and shouldn't be any secret between you and your partner. So the fact that you're
Yes,
hiding,
exactly.
your partner doesn't have access to the password, it simply means that there is something that you're hiding. Your partner should have
Exactly.
access to your phone.
Exactly.
I have password on my phone. My husband knows my password. He has passwords on his phone, and I know the password. If you don't have anything to hide, why do you have a password that your spouse, your life partner, the one that you're sharing your life with, the one that should know everything about you? Why is it that this person can't have the password to your phone? Something wrong.
Most
Let
something
me
is
let me
wrong.
let me chime in and say this. And only and I have to be careful about it. But hear me.
Go ahead.
Only only a cook hides from the police.
Yes.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Only a cook hides from the police. And if you're driving on the road and all your papers are intact, your car, everything for your vehicle is intact, you are not afraid if a police stops you because you're okay. But when you have issues, you might when you get timid, you get nervous. So it's the same thing with the phone. The two shall become one, according to what the Bible said. Two shall become one. And let me even go
Yes.
further to say, let me go further to say this. When that secrecy happens, it brings about what you call distrust. All right? And no
Yes.
relationship don't function with distrust. So as my wife
So
said, if you don't
true.
have anything to hide, and as the young lady said, she put it on there for to block out the kids. But if you don't have nothing to hide, then here's the password. God forbid something
Yes,
should happen in the
exactly.
night. You want to open the phone to make a call or whatever. You can't
Yeah,
open it
open the
because your phone blocked. So you're going to stay there and die because we can't get no help.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
true.
just
That's
saying.
true.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
So
just
true.
this
That's
this
true.
this thing of secrecy. Listen, if you cannot and hear me, if you cannot be honest with your spouse, please forgive me for saying this, but I might have the wrong spouse.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
agree
that's
with you
true. That's true.
100%.
That's true. That's true.
All
That's true.
right. There's this
No,
question.
no, we didn't talk on it. You go ahead. If you
What was
think,
the
oh, the
question?
question is if you think like a married couple should have password on
All
their phone.
right, I agree with Shelton Pastor. No, like a married couple should not have password on their phone. Once you're a married couple, I don't believe in the password. If you do have password, your husband should know about it or your wife should know about it. So once your husband do not know about it or your wife, that means that there is no trust in the relationship. So your relationship to me doesn't make no sense.
Straight up. That's
That
what
is
I'm
my
saying.
take. All right. So more questions?
I'm seeing
Yeah,
another
go ahead.
question here, Denise. Um, why does every married couple find a fault with each other? And that's Janiki Reed. Thank you for that question,
Find fault with
Janiki.
each other.
Janiki Reed.
Oh God. What
All
is that
right.
question?
Let me chime in. Let me chime in on this one, right?
Yes,
Um, you have to remember that um before they were a married couple, before they were a couple, they're two different individuals, yeah? From two different
yes,
backgrounds, two different everything, right? No
yes,
two-person is the same. So you have two different people. So um it's like Pastor brought up with the toothpaste. Like I will squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom. My husband maybe squeeze the toothpaste from the big lot anyway we can, right? So
yes.
I cannot I cannot expect him to do the same thing that I do or I am accustomed to because he's accustomed to something else.
Yes.
Yes.
So I mean that's that's a tricky question. I'm just saying like, you know what? Sometimes I have to differentiate certain things. That's just my thing.
Okay,
I
okay.
have to chime in on this. I have to chime in on this because the question is why finding the fault? Here's the thing. And as the young lady says, two different people coming together,
Yes.
two
Yes.
Yes,
completely different culture coming together.
yes,
And listen, if you have a marriage that you don't have no differences, something wrong.
Mm, indeed.
You're gonna have a boring marriage, I can tell you.
Indeed.
The difference make the
I
marriage
love it.
interesting. Sometimes because we don't know to handle it, it brings issues. But but the love that we have for each other should not allow the differences to cause us to be separated or to be, destroyed. The love that we have supposed to say, you know what? Because here's the thing, in marriage, there's a thing I call compromise that many persons don't know how to do, unfortunately.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you will not listen, you will not get wifey cooking like mommy.
Thank you.
So true.
So don't say don't oh you have a fault because you don't cook like mommy. You're not gonna get that. You know, come to a compromise and say, listen, can you try it like this? And if you
Yes,
try it and it don't
yes,
work, you work with how she does it. So the difference
Yes,
in
exactly.
character, the difference in personality, that's what makes the marriage interesting.
Yeah.
yes.
Anything outside of that, you're gonna have a boring marriage.
Thank you.
So true.
Thank you.
I agree
And
on that.
you can
Can
find
I?
fault, You can find fault, but it's how you go about bringing that fault to light. Um,
Yes.
for example, you might find that your wife tend or your husband tend to do a particular thing. Instead of attacking him and that thing annoys you, instead of attacking him, you could maybe say, babe, you know that whenever you grind your teeth, I find it very annoying. Could you please work on and stop doing that? You understand what I mean?
Yes,
So you have to, as
yes.
opposed to you can't tap grind the teeth. It is a grind the teeth. When you attack him like that, him a go attack you back. So
So
you can
true.
find
Exactly.
the fault, but it's how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
go ahead, go
somebody
ahead.
else.
I've been trying to say, but But let me just say this. I'm a realist, innit? I try not to be, on one side. I don't think about just the all the good things only. Try to think about what will or what can make the good things bad, innit? So it can eliminate that bad thing that will jeopardize the good things, eh?
Yes.
So let me just use the same toothpaste example. But first, let me just say this: when 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 growing to become an adult, what is one of the most important thing that you were taught as a kid growing up? Anybody can answer that?
Start growing up.
The most important thing in life that will teach you to
When
handle
I say
life.
to have manners.
Okay. What
Onion?
what's her name again? Yes. What is your take?
Simone, okay. What's the thing? The same thing?
Yeah, yeah. Like manners themselves.
You have to have manners.
Like most old people use just the manners carry
What
a
is
Carry
far
your
far
way.
away.
take?
I'm not
It
hearing.
seems as if O'Neill's internet is going in and out. So the question that he's asking, he seems to be repeating himself. But he's not hearing us, but we are hearing him.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're hearing me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
man, we're in it.
O'Neill. We are hearing you now.
You're hearing me now? Yes, I was saying
Yes,
what
yes.
is one of the most important values of life that you were taught growing up.
Mother say have just have manners. Manners carry
Wrong from
all the
right.
way
So
to when no
I
regard,
go.
thought someone is about love. I just love. I don't know. I'm not sure, O'Neill. So go ahead.
yeah, yeah, wrong from right. Everybody
Okay, wrong from
every
right.
from growing up, you learn, you're taught to know wrong from right, innit? So regardless
Yeah,
of
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
that's
each
funny
person,
actually.
individual coming together, if
Yeah,
if you are doing something wrong, if you are with your own or with your family
yeah,
or whatnot, and you come together with somebody that doing it the right way, it is mandatory for you to let them know that it's the wrong way. It you and them become one. So whatever knowledge that you have, you should give it. You should make them aware of it. You should give them the knowledge that you have. You're not gonna sit there and allow them to do the wrong thing. That don't make sense. And I'm very sure tomorrow
Oh, internet is acting up, man.
yeah. I even must say.
Only the internet is acting up. Yes. All right. So, O'Neill.
In internet after. Remember, I must say that again. So, but
All
if
right.
anything, we
If
move
anything,
on and then we'll come
All
back to
right.
what
It
O'Neill
seems as
was
if Onion
saying.
phone is giving some trouble, or his internet is giving
you,
some trouble.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
you hearing me
Right. So
now?
let us move on to another question. Um, Simone. As a lady D asked a question.
Yeah,
Lady
you go
D
ahead.
said, "Hi, Lady D. Thank you for that question. Were you 100% sure when you decided to get married?"
That question is to either all of us or for me.
Well, mother say all of us have a take on it.
Oh,
All right.
No, she asked me.
Ask, ask, ask the question, Michelle.
It says, "Were you 100% sure when you decided to get married?"
All right. For me, I was said yes, and maybe I know that you guys gonna ask why, but sometimes in life, because sometimes I pray for some things in life. Me pray for my wife. You understand? And
all
when me
right.
say
Sorry for
right,
positive. Him pray for me and me pray for him. If
yes,
it do make sense, right? And the end of the day, me get my answer, he get
to
his
answer.
answer, right? So me now said yes, me 100% sure when me about to get married. Because once it's God say, it's not man say, well, me need have no doubt or say I want if I'm making the right
Making
step,
the
right
right decision
foot.
and stuff.
Like me 100% sure, sure,
Sure.
sure into my marriage. That is my say. Hold on, let me get a good say.
Yes, it's clear.
All right. So I guess it's our turn to answer. Were you
Yes, go
100%
ahead.
sure? Yes, I was 100% sure. When my husband, my then fiance, asked me to get
Yeah.
married. But in everything you'll have doubts. And as Christians, we want to make sure that what before we go off into getting married, because we don't intend to be
Yeah.
doing this thing over and over again. It's one time for the all. We ask the Lord for what we call confirmation. And so when
Yeah.
he
Right.
asked me, he didn't have to ask me 3, 4, 5 times. When he asked me the one
Yeah.
time, even if he did serious yes or no, I said yes, and we started working on our relationship, and we started working on to get married. And then we asked the Lord for confirmation, after confirmation, after confirmation. And once I got those confirmations that I've been looking for, I never have no doubt. I was sure.
Yeah.
Well, but
Okay.
listen. From the very first time, Alinas, This wonderful woman here. Before
Wow.
I got no
Wow.
confirmation,
Wow.
something
Ooh, that's what I'm
in my
talking
gut said
about.
she was the one. So yeah, we did seek God for confirmation, and that is something that we have to do. But I
Yes.
don't know if anybody have the experience where this is like you just have that knowing, you just have that knowing to say, hey, that's the one. I don't know
Yeah.
if nobody ever experienced that, but
Exactly.
there's just this knowing, and I don't think it is a thing about infatuation or lust or feeling, but they're just a knowing in the inside that say, hey, the
Yes.
very
Inside.
first day I saw her, I will
Yes.
never forget the day. I saw her
Yeah.
at the back of the church and I said, who is that?
Wow.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking
Hallelujah.
about. Wow.
I just knew. I
Definitely.
just knew. And then, we sought the Lord and He gave us confirmation. He led us on the right path. And here we are.
Wow.
Yes.
All glory to God. 14 years going strong. All glory to God.
Amen
Amen
to
to that.
that. Tash, Mrs. Sutton.
Sorry.
All right.
Yes, I was very knowing about getting married and stuff like that because I will be,
Yes.
if I should be transparent here, um,
Yes.
I got tired of being say single. I went in a phase where I just never liked man, and just never liked relationship because I was in so many bad relationship and now they ended badly
Yes.
and stuff like that. So I was kind of tired. I was fed up. So when my husband proposed to me, yeah, I was head over heels. I was like, yeah, girl, I'm going with herself. Girl, told wife, you know what I mean? So yeah,
Wow.
and as Shelly Connor said, in everything you have doubt. But at the end of the day, what in life don't you have doubt about? You understand what I mean? There's so many things,
Yes.
whether it is to have a child, whether it is to start a business, there's always something lingering in the back of your mind, some kind of doubt lingering in
Yes.
the back of your mind. So yeah, I was ready. I was just ready.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Nice. Nice.
OMG. O'Neil?
I don't know if you can hear me because my internet is giving a one time
Yes.
minute.
We are hearing you clearly now, Onion. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, um, the question, could you kind of repeat it because the internet was giving me a one time. I just hear people answering. I'm not sure what exactly was the question.
Oh, what was the question again? If
Uh, Shelly, can you read about the question?
So the question says, how were you 100% sure about getting married?
I was 100% sure of what I was looking for, and I saw it in her. So I guess that answers the question.
Wow.
wow,
That's
you
what I'm
perfect.
talking about. Oh my
Very
God.
good.
Oh,
Very good.
oh,
All right.
Miss
Me
Sutton.
love it. Me love
Miss
it, miss.
Sutton. Oh my God. You see? So every one of the single persons that is watching
Take time
right
with
now,
it.
you see, married life is a. So
Very
when I
good.
find it, you ever hear the song I don't remember I was singing, when I find that girl, yes. So when I find the wife there, trust me, man, I tell you, man.
Very good.
The most amazing thing that I see with my wife, where blow my mind, she think like same thing I think.
Like the
Um,
communication.
the communication is just right on point. I can remember I used to work at a particular
Yeah,
killer
like three funny
place.
people
No
there.
man. And
Yeah.
I can remember that like I said, I feel like I said I would have eat some stew peas as example. And I say, boy, I mean even I can't wife to tell her. But nevertheless, I see when I got home, a stew peas that I never call her and tell her if I want it. You understand? It's just the connection. I don't know if anybody ever get that connection, but it's amazing. It's just amazing when you find that person, that wife, that you know, that just you're spending the rest of your life with. It's just amazing.
So, Shelter, can you go through the chat, please? Like,
All right, I'm going through the chat. So Lady D says, great. Janiki says, why it is important to discover information about your wife and husband and
yeah,
hold a good meeting.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that question. It was breaking off.
yeah. Go ahead, back, please.
Hold on. Let me see.
All right.
I think I'm jumping a question here. Um,
Okay.
Janiki says, how important it is to maintain the marital home.
Okay.
How important it is to maintain the marital home.
Who wanna go first?
Message me at it. All right.
All
So
right,
now what
so
do you want to
maintenance
say, Peter? Go ahead.
Maintenance,
Go ahead.
maintenance, I'm talking about the HOME as in the house, the home in general. It is very important to
Yeah.
maintain your home. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Though that might not be scriptural, but it is very true. Ensure that you keep your
Yeah.
surroundings clean. If your spouse like the place a particular way, i.e., clean, tidy, well put together, then ensure that your house
Yeah.
is homely. Make sure it is clean, it is livable. You understand? We
Yeah.
Jamaicans, the majority of us, we love a clean home. We love setting up our place and make our place look, exquisite. And if that is what your spouse
Yeah.
likes also, ensure that your house is clean. Whether you like it, yes or no. Ensure that you keep a clean
Yeah.
surrounding. Ensure that you prepare meals at home. Cook, if I even mackerel and rice, ensure
Mm.
that you prepare your meals. Ensure that you have your spouse have a safe haven to come home to when he or she comes home from work. The place is welcoming, is home. That's where you're supposed to be comfortable. That's where you're supposed to let down your hair and chillax, relax. So it is very vital to ensure that your home space
Yeah.
is well maintained. I hope that answered the question, Janiki.
Before you
Yeah.
go to our next question, um, so my wife spoke on the whole physicality of the house, right? But there's a difference between a house and a home, right? You can have a house but not a home. A home, she made mention of a safe haven. The home is the place where you can come home from a stressful work. And when you get in your home, you must feel that peace. You must feel that love, that harmony. You must have an environment that I'm not just talking about the physical space, but you must have an environment of harmony, of that joy and solace coming to. So the
Yes.
home need also to be maintained. And if you have a home that is filled with contention in the air and arguments and whatever, I can tell you, you don't want to come to that house. So it is good to keep the physical place intact, maintain that, but it's also good to maintain the atmosphere of the HOME.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
as the atmosphere of the home is set and is right, then trust and believe that the relationship will flourish better.
Yes.
All right. No
Okay.
wife or husband want to come home to a contentious home,
Oh,
a
So
home
that's
true.
true.
of unhappiness and no peace and no joy. They don't want to come home to that. And that's why sometimes some men, not all of them, but sometimes some men, they stay out, go to the bar, hang out with friends until it's time to sleep. Why? Because the house is here, it's clean, but the atmosphere of the home is a mess.
Yes.
So
That's a
true.
very good. That's a
That's
very, very
true.
good point, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
very, very good point. You have to ensure that the atmosphere is welcoming, is loving.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Yeah.
whether be it male or female, wants to come to a house where it's beer contention.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's so true.
I agree 100% with you
Me
guys
too.
because I can remember um one of my wife friend come to the house, and when they come to the house, they when she entered the house, she said, "No man, what a just done prayer." You understand? So we said, "Why you ask that?" She said, "Yeah, man, me just feel as me stepping like me just stepping a different prison. Me just feel like God. Me just feel." So most of all, your home shall be supposed to be, you know,
Presentable.
godly. That's number one. God's supposed to be in the midst of your house. Your house supposed to clean, yes, but God's supposed to in the midst. Always pray no matter what. You understand? Always keep the presence of God inside the house.
All right.
Oh, go ahead, Miss T.
No, man, different question.
Yeah, hear me now?
We already answer. Now, every question we are probably answering, and we are trying to answer a question in the chat as much as
Go ahead.
Um, Pertaining to the question, um, for me,
yes.
I hear people say, you give the wife a seed, gives you a child. You give the wife a house, she makes it a home, right?
Yeah.
Um, it should be on both sides, regarding, have making the home happy and making the home, you know, feel love. Like people when they enter your home or enter you guys, whether you guys are on the road and all that, they should feel a love between, both parties. You understand? Because trust me, actions speak louder than words. And if there's no love when a person confronts you or meets you, people on the outside can also pick it up. Right? So
Yeah.
not saying that the wife and husband should be the same person, but I feel like they should be on the same page regarding keeping the marriage aspect of it
Yes.
whole. Nobody don't want a piece
Yeah.
of marriage, right? So I think that that should be the main priority.
Mhm. Agreed.
That's my take.
Yes. So true.
All right. So we have another question from Simone Brady. Simone says,
Word.
"Do you think you hearing me?"
Go
Yeah.
Yeah.
ahead now.
Simone says, "Do you think it's healthy for a husband and a wife not to talk to each other for days or months after an argument?"
Hi. Wow. Wow. Who wanna go first?
All right.
Hold on, Taylor. We don't hear
For
nobody
me,
say.
it's just one word for me. Like me and my husband do not keep malice none time, no matter what. We try our best to say it, work out it, and try to make things say right and so forth. So for me not say I don't believe that husband and wife to think
But
the
this,
expression going up even to a month. That is no for me.
no. All right. Um,
Uh,
for me, guys, not because yes, I'm a Christian, but you have to have this as a married couple that don't go to bed without sorting out some problems. Understand? We have to come together as one and sort out problem even before you go. So you have to sort it out. It's a must. To have like you have up a partner for days, weeks, it will affect the marriage. And eventually the marriage will separate it just because of that. You know?
all right. So she said, "Do you think it's healthy?" No, it is not healthy. For couples to be separated for any long period of time due to an argument or a quarrel. But it does happen. But what I would
Yeah.
recommend is that persons find amicable ways in which, if you feel as if that you need to take some time so you can clear your head, then fine. But um, To be angry and malice the person is not healthy, and it can lead to a destructive path. So find amicable ways in which you can settle your differences and move on. Because at the end of the day, your spouse is not your enemy. And you are in
Yeah.
this thing together.
Just to add to what my wife said in regards to stuff like that. And let me just say this. And I know it might sound cliche, but there's no such thing as a perfect marriage.
Thank you.
I know we have to probably hear it, but it's no there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. And every
Mhm.
marriage have its own challenges. Now, it's not the challenge is not the issue. The issue is how you deal with the challenges. The issue is how you deal with whatever problems arise. Now, concerning the question, there are some
Yes.
issues that cannot be solved overnight.
Yes.
There are some issues it might take a few days, a few weeks, but if you're willing to come to a solution, it makes it easier in solving the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
what happens in a lot of relationships is, oh, me not talk to him, me not talk to her. No, that don't solve
Yes.
nothing. This is I say this to
True.
folks. I say, listen, any issue ignored is still an issue.
Yes.
Any issue that is ignored, pushed under the rug, not talk to me, just go left it, that is going to resurface down the road. Trust and believe.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it
That's
is
true.
important. You may not be able to do it overnight, but as my wife said, find some way to work out that thing. Come to a resolve. Why? If you don't resolve it, that dirt hill gonna become a mountain in a few days.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna
good.
say this, and I should be transparent. The reason why, if you notice, when you guys um read the question, I started laughing. The reason why I laughed because that's something that I do, right? I just feel
Yes.
like a lot of times, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. A lot of times, when I'm having a discussion with my husband or we're having a disagreement, he doesn't see my point of view then. And I,
Sorry.
at times, don't see his point of view because I am, everybody thinks that them know, everybody analyze in their way, everybody understands situation in their way, right? So a
Yes.
lot of
Yeah.
times it causes a lot of conflicts. And I'm like, you know what, we just all give a breeze. And that's just how I cope with it. I'm not saying it is the right way by no way, shape, or
Yeah.
Yes.
form. Am I saying it's the right way? Because I am also, even though we're having a panel, I'm also here to learn because we are newlyweds. We're still in a newlywed mode. You understand what I mean? So
Yes.
I just feel like as if, as Pastor said, we have to find amicable ways in dealing with it. And when it says that it surfaces, it do surface a lot of times because you might be talking
Yeah.
about the chair don't straighten, and you left from this chair no straighten, go right back to another talk about or another argue or bicker about months ago because
Yes.
guess what? It has not
Yes.
been dealt with. It is still there
There too.
Yes.
Exactly.
festering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You understand? And not to really stray from the question, but my husband was saying that what you grow up to know, what one of the things you grow up to know is right from wrong. But my take on it
Yeah.
is your um mental aspect of right or wrong might not be mine.
Yes.
That's true.
True.
Because we both understand in different ways and we both think
Yes.
and analyze in different ways when it comes on
Yeah.
to situation. Nobody
Yeah.
think the same way. It doesn't matter if we both grew up in
True.
the same household, we're not gonna
Yes.
think the same way. You understand what I mean? And that is what um sometimes I have a problem, because sometimes my husband thinks, okay, this is the right way and stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't believe that. But I just feel like as couple, we should kind of give each other benefit of the doubt and kind of understand and come to our level of understanding. We just say, you know what, you have your opinion of what is right or wrong. This is my opinion, and we're not at each other's throats with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's just my take on it.
Listen,
Yes.
I have to chime in on what you said. What's the name again? Um, sorry, I can't say the name.
Simone, I think
Simon.
It's
I
okay.
have to chime in on what you said, and you made some really salient points. And the thing is, as you said, two different, completely different persons, personalities, whatever, two different you've been brought up to different ways. Um, but you made a point about viewing stuff, perception. How I see it is not how you see it. And what caused the
Thank you.
argument many times, and hear me, what caused the argument many times is I am right and you are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That's what caused the argument many times. And what needs to happen is let me hear what your point is, and also listen to what my point is. We try to collab both points and see what makes sense. Because here's the thing, you can have arguments that are very, very healthy.
yes.
So one of the things I realized is that people argue to win the argument and not to hear a point of view.
Yeah.
They argue to win. Oh, you need to hear my point. I don't care what your point is. My point is the right point. You're not listening to me. I don't want to hear what you have to say because I'm right.
Yes.
And when you check it, sometimes what you think to be right is actually wrong.
Yes.
But because
That's
we
so
argue to
true.
win, we don't argue to come to a conclusion and a solution. We
Conclusion.
argue to win
Exactly.
because my point must be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And hear this. In communication, it's called we call it it's a dialogue. It's a dialogue. So you have a person talking, a person listening, then you pause and
Yes.
vice versa. But here how we Jamaicans do it, especially we Jamaicans. Both of us talking at the same time, so nobody no hear nothing.
Nothing. Exactly.
Because they didn't even hear my
That's
point.
true.
You didn't even hear my point.
Fact.
No. But this is what I'm saying. No. But this is what, and at the end of the day, we end up cussing. And what are we
Yes.
arguing about? None of we don't know, because we don't hear nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Not at all. Exactly.
That is so true. Hey, God.
And what we need to learn is to try and communicate better. Stop and
Yeah.
Yes.
listen. Stop and listen. Let me hear your point. Even if it is foolishness. And my wife can tell you, we have had challenges like those. We're not sitting here like we have a perfect couple. We have had challenges like
That is
those.
the thing.
True.
And sometimes what I
True.
will do, I just shut up and say, all right, let me talk. Then when I hear her, I know start analyzing and say, all right, let me see the best way for me to respond.
Response.
Because hear the other thing.
Yes.
Sometimes the women talk not to get a response, but just for us to hear. They don't need you to say nothing as a man. I don't want no comment. I don't want no amen. All I want you to do is to give a listening ear.
Just yeah.
When you
Yes.
respond now, you sit, you defend everything. You sit, you just talk, you not hear me, and it cause an argument. So listen, you see, communication is very vital in any relationship. Clear communication.
Yes.
We have to learn how to master that. Are we going to get it? Perfect? Probably not. But at least learn how each other communicate.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
All right. That's a mouthful of wisdom right there. I think I saw a question from Tutorial King, and he was asking. I saw two questions from him. He was asking. Let's see if I find the first one. How No. Hold on. Tutorial. Ink. What do you consider as cheating in a marriage?
Hmm.
Hey,
Wow.
what do you
Wow.
consider as
Very
cheating?
interesting. Woo.
All right, I'm gonna go first on this one. For me, flirt. If you flirt, to me that's cheating.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Um, if you have an ex, rather an ex that you don't basically have no ties with, but you guys are still corresponding, to me that's cheating. Why not correspond? What do I need for correspond? There's
Hmm.
nothing there to correspond about, right? If you have people sending you pictures,
Mm.
Wow.
that's a no-no. Why them I send you a picture? There's no need for sending a picture.
No
Um,
Yeah.
competition.
if you have a female friend or not even say friend, an acquaintance, and she is corresponding with you, she should be corresponding with us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That is cheating, right? Not saying that you cannot have single friends,
Mhm.
right? Because let me tell you something. My husband has single friends. I have single friends, but they know that I'm married. They know that I'm married, and there are certain lines that and boundaries that they're not gonna cross because
Mm-hmm.
they already know.
Mhm.
So I feel like once you set a boundary and the people them know say that that's a boundary, once you cross that line and once you step over that line, because there's a thin line, people don't understand. There's a thin line between friendship and between cheating. It's a very thin line, right? If you have a friend and you set the friend, the conversation with an individual is getting too spicy, you have then crossed the line, right?
Hmm.
If the person starts becoming flirtatious, then that
Yes.
person has crossed the line. So it's up to you now to bring that person and say, listen me, me no depend where you depend, I am married,
Yes.
right? I don't believe that, and again, guys, let me just call it out. This is just based on me. I don't believe that my friend should have my husband's number or contacting my husband for anything, or my husband should not be contacting my friend for anything. If so be the case, then that my husband has to contact my friend about something, or my friend has to contact my husband about something, I should know,
Yes.
right? I should know, right? When I in a no, I don't, I don't have my friends. I used to say no. I don't have my friends husband or spouse's number. I don't need to contact them, their spouses about anything, right? But
Yeah.
trust and believe if I contact their spouse about something, trust and believe the wife is going to know, right? So that's just my take on it. I just feel like you just have to have that boundary that you cannot cross or you will not cross. And once you set that boundary and the people know, then they will know how to act and conduct themselves. You know, that's just my take.
And I can say I agree with you. I do agree with you to some point. There must be boundaries. So the question is, what do you consider cheating? Flirting. If you're flirting, you're cheating.
Yes.
Any form of emotional connection, because you can cheat emotionally. You don't necessarily have to have sex with
Right.
the person,
The
but you can
person.
cheat emotionally. So you and to me, that emotional connection is more dangerous than even the physical eye change.
Yeah, that's true.
It is more dangerous, that thing, because if you connect to a person emotionally, it takes nothing for you to walk out of your marriage
Yes.
because you already have that emotional connection. You understand? So any form of emotional connection. My husband friends are normally persons that I know, and my
Yes.
husband don't have a lot of friends. He don't. You know, I mean friend, and the few girlfriends that I have, my husband are the few people that I call friends. My husband knows them.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, because the question says, what do you consider cheating? Now, if my spouse have a friend that is of the opposite sex, and I feel uncomfortable with that friend, I talk to my husband about that friend, and my husband does nothing about it, then I think that he's cheating. Again, doesn't have to be sexual.
Yes.
Anybody that takes up too much of my husband's time and the time that I should be getting, that's cheating.
Yes.
That's true.
Any act
That's a
of
fact.
dishonesty is cheating,
Yes. Yes.
in my humble opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, and I need to just add to that. As both persons just said, my wife said it and Simone said it. In regards to cheating, especially what my wife said, it's not just sexual, but we
Yeah.
have been cultured to believe that cheating is sexual. Once you go and have sex, or you're cheating. But as she made mention of the emotional connection, once you get connected to another person outside of your marriage, an opposite sex, outside of your marriage, emotionally, that is considered cheating. Because now you're
Yeah.
doing some act dishonest, a dishonest act. That's no honesty right there.
Yes.
All right. So I would say that as well. That would can be considered as cheating. It's not just going to have sex.
Mm, mm.
Yes.
It's not. That's a part of it. That's the deep end of it. But it starts with a desire. It starts with the feeling, the connection, the emotional
The
attraction,
flirting.
the flirting. That's where it starts,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
right? So we need to just be careful where this thing is concerned. And as Simone said, set boundaries.
Set boundaries.
As it is right now, I don't have no friends. Like, and I'm not. I don't feel ashamed to say it. I don't have
Yes.
friends. Like friends. I don't have friends. I have friends that I talk to, but I don't really have friends. And I'm okay
Yes.
not having friends like that for more than right
Yes.
reasons, right? But there were times in my life when the friends that I had was causing some problems.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that, hey, is it my marriage or my friendship?
Yeah.
Yes.
My marriage is more valuable than that friendship.
So
Mm-hmm.
true.
Even though in my mind nothing it was innocent. But maybe on the other party it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as Simone says, it's a very thin line for you to cross over into cheating.
Yes.
It only takes one conversation of flirting, just one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just one time.
Mm-hmm.
And in that one moment, if you don't stop it, if you allow it, because hear me good. Not saying no or stop in a conversation that's a flirtatious conversation is you saying continue.
Mm. Yep.
If you don't put the full stop in that sentence, guess what? You are saying let's put a comma there and pick it up tomorrow. So have your boundaries. Set your boundaries. And anytime you realize that emotional connection start happening, you need to just put that umbilical cord and throw it away.
Same way.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, she made mention of um sending pictures. She also made mention of um being in connection with your ex. For what? They are called ex
What?
for a reason.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Wrong bash.
Hmm? We are in connection with your ex for. They are called exes for a reason. And
Thank
what
you.
kind of picture? Any form of picture. Any form of picture. You don't need to be sending me no pictures.
Exactly.
Come on now. So these are some of the things, the red flags that I would say, are the deal breakers in
And hear this real quick. Hear this real quick. Sending the picture sparks something in you called desire.
Yeah.
Because you see the picture and now your mind starts, I wonder how, I wonder if. Then open up yourself to, can I see another one?
yes.
Yes, that's true. Till it go
And
further
then
and further.
it move from a private part to a private body.
Yeah,
And where can I
that's
meet
true.
you?
Where can I meet you? Because I like what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we meet for some drinks?
So it's very, very serious. A lot of things, as my wife said, red flags, pay attention to them. They are out there, they're coming and listen. These things are stuff that attack marriages, so I have to pay attention to them. It's not you being spooky, it's not you being
Insecure.
insecure or overprotective, it is you being cautious.
Yes.
And let me say this, the wives on here. If you think something, if you're in the man, if your instincts, is especially if you have the Holy Ghost, and he's telling you that something is off, pay attention.
Something is off.
The fact that that woman intuition kicks in, you pay that woman intuition some attention. A lot of
Yeah,
the time, that gut feeling that you get is telling you something. Pay
that's true.
attention to it. Let me run
Yeah.
through the chat, guys.
Yes. And then me ask that question.
All right. So Audrey Williams says communication is key, which is good. Um, Zena TV, because Zena said something. I guess she was saying hello. Um, Jamaican girl next door says, "How important is sex to a man?"
All right. So the
Right.
man is supposed to answer the question. Who want to go first?
Again, I want the man to answer.
All right, so
Yes,
I
yes,
guess I have to answer. Sir Taylor, you want to
Yes.
answer or should I answer?
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You first.
All right, so listen, I know, listen, it's very important.
On a scale from 1 to 10.
10, it is important.
Of course it is.
And I scale from 1 to 10, how much?
We put on a
20.
10,
zero.
11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's important.
Exactly. Yeah.
God.
Listen, we have to be honest, We have to be honest.
Yes.
The
That's
next thing
true.
we pretend, women like all sex.
Yes.
And that is why, and this is for women now, that is why when you're locked shop, we get upset.
Yeah.
Simone, you have fun this far.
Shelly,
Boy,
you know what? You know what?
you give yourself peace, Simone.
Look look straight ahead. Just look
Look
straight ahead.
straight ahead, Simone. Don't look to
Look
the
at
left, not to the right. Look straight ahead.
It is important. It is important to a man. Any man will tell us it's not important, the family take him out. It's important. And a
Yeah.
scale from 1 to 10, it is 15. It's important.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's important.
And all the
But
men
It is.
say,
listen, when you as a man at 13, you have to go chime in. When you as a man is stressed out, you need some TLC in your life.
but TLC doesn't have to be with sex, babe.
Hello. Well, let me
No.
know the TLC. You need some sex in your life.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. When you have
This is
stress
what
in
I
your
have
life,
to.
man, you have some rough days. It alone can cool it, that's all.
Listen, sex is important. I don't care what nobody said. Sex is
Yeah,
important.
of course it is. Of course
Hold on,
it is.
guys. Well, I want to hear from Mr. Sutton. Mr. Sutton?
Oh, you still on
Yeah,
here?
Mr. Sutton.
Yeah.
They said it all.
Hold on there. Hold on there. Me not hear the one that we rewind it.
They
We
said
not
it
hear
all.
that one that we want to rewind.
No, sir.
Hey,
They
guys.
said it all, Simone.
Let me say
Shell,
this,
just
right?
hear ya. All right, Shells. I have a question before you jump into the chat, right? Because I write down some question and it seems like I'm not going to be able to ask the whole of them. But anyway, I want to highlight this, right? Because some things will affect in the marriage more to highlight, right? The question we want to ask, so like, hold on there.
Which one of them is going
Ask the number two. Hold on there, guys. Just give me a minute. Show me there, so I lost my page.
Taylor,
All
I
right.
need to
So
find your
is
page,
it
you know.
okay? All right, ready now? So is it okay for couples to style each other?
Style each other.
Yes.
What you mean,
Like
hey
you're
boy?
in an
Hey
argument.
girl.
Right.
Yes,
You're in an
exactly.
argument and like say them styling each other. Is it okay for couples to style each other?
That's a no-no.
All right, you can illustrate on it for me more. Shells, you can edit. Anybody want to talk about it?
All right. So I
Yes.
think that is we need to learn to fight fairly. Yes.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, if we're in a heated argument or conversation or whatever, we need to remember that at the end of the day, this is my wife, this is my husband. No, me hear what woman said the other day. I was
Yes.
talking to a lady, and as you tailors know, me love animals. So I said to her, "You don't have any dogs at home?" And the woman said to me, "The only dog me have me and my husband." I almost jumped up.
Oh my God.
I'm like, "What? What? What?" But let me, and she said with a straight face, she wasn't kidding, She wasn't kidding. She said, "The other man me have the dog me have my yard, my husband." But anyhow,
Yes.
so we need to learn to fight fairly. And at the end of the day, you have to
Yes.
realize, you have to
Exactly.
remember that this is my life's partner. And if you're my dog, doop, doop, you are it too.
Yes.
Because the two have become one flesh. If you're my dirty boy,
Yes.
you're a dirty girl, because you're there with him. If you're my
Exactly.
drunk, you are drunk too. Because the two
Yes.
is what? One flesh.
Exactly.
So we have to be careful how we style our talk to our spouses. Today we spoke about
Yes.
talking to the king in the man. You have to bring out the king in that man. You can't be calling the man dog shit and expect him to behave like somebody civil. That is disrespectful. You would
Exactly.
Yes.
not look on a police officer and tell him, say, my dog, or a judge and tell her, say, she a drunk. Why you feel say you have to do it to your husband? So I think that is disrespectful. And it is not supposed to happen. What this boy or whatever you are, what this girl can you there with him?
Yes.
You there with him, you know, so that make you what this too. So anything that you
Yes.
think to call him that is derogatory, you are just painting a picture of what you are or of
Yeah.
who you are. So we need to be careful about that though. And a picnic thing in the dolly house. You can't be calling your man anything will come on your mind, dog shit, drunk or the whole 9 years. You can't be doing that.
Yes. Yes.
That's true. That's true.
You want to go ahead and answer also?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanna.
For me, oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, talking down to each other. This is what I know will happen from that. If you talk to somebody, or yeah, if you talk to somebody like a animal, you're gonna get an animal response. If you talk to someone
Yes.
like a human being, you're gonna get a human being response. So the point I'm making is this:
Yeah.
whatever you speak to in the person is what you're going to get.
Man. Yes. Good point.
So if in every, I said it today, if in every man is a kid and a king, in every woman is a kid and a queen. If you speak to the child or you speak to the quote unquote the bad side or the bad person within that person, that's what you're going to get. And then you're going to complain and say, boy, I don't know why she done so. She done so because the way you, the position that you placed her in. So if you're going to look at your wife and, hey, girl, when she start behaving like a girl, you can't complain.
Yeah.
When you're going to look at the husband and say, hey, dog or whatever, if him start biting, you can't complain. Because that is what you're talking to. And it is suggested that you speak to the king and the queen in the person. Get that out. Nothing is wrong to use slangs and support and so on, but hear me. Speak to each other respectfully. Worse
Yes,
if you have
exactly.
children around. Worse if you have children around. You're setting an example that this is how you talk to people.
You talk to your
Or
spouse.
talk to your spouse or relate to each other. It's crazy. I've seen videos where the guys are saying to the girls, hey dog, we will lick you in a dog. I'm like, hey dog. So
Really.
you're sleeping with a dog? Then there's another term now, one to your brother. It's a woman. Oh, she can become a brother. What does that say about you being with a brother? So it may sound okay, but what we don't understand is that we're messing things up. So we
So
communicate
true.
on a particular level so we can get a respectful response. And that's what it is. So don't talk to each other disrespectfully. Don't I would that's not recommended, that's not suggested. Speak to each other respectfully and you'll get that. Even if the individual was cultured in a way that they grew up and hear a particular way, you have a responsibility now to curb that, to train them not to communicate like that. Because trust me, if I talk to the dog, it won't bite.
Yes. Okay.
You
All
guys hear
right,
me? Oh, go ahead.
let me run through the chat again. You were making a point?
No, what I was saying is, a lot of times, and even with my husband, I tell my husband sometimes that, you know, sometimes he talk to me harsh, right? And maybe how he feels as if when I say it's harsh and stuff like that, I want to come to my husband and talk to my husband. And then I also want to, not saying that we're not gonna have disagreements, but I also want to feel the love at times, and all the time, when I talk to my husband. But sometimes he talks to me harsh, and I tell him that, listen, you talk to me harsh, or don't talk to me like that, or you need to watch how you talk to me and stuff like that. Because let's just be honest, women, we are emotional creatures, and as much as you might not see a person emotional on the outside, if you talk to a person a certain kind of way, or you deal with a person a certain kind of way, emotionally, it's gonna break them.
Yeah.
You understand? So
True.
and it goes for both male and female. It's not only have to do with what you say. Sometimes it's what you do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kills a person. It kills their ego, or their feelings, or it hurt them. Like, contrary to what
Mhm.
people might think, I'm a very emotional person. Me
Yes.
emotional. I might not, I might have a name out there as full of attitude, but trust me, yeah,
Right.
when after the camera is off, I'm an emotional person. Me will talk to him, and me a
Yeah.
cry because stuff bothers me, and me, I'm a person that I internalize pain. So you will say something to me, and you might, we are run joke, but in retrospect, it hurts me. And sometimes I
Right.
don't know how to vocally let you know that, listen, so that hurt me, or whatever the case may be, because I am so used to internalizing my pain since I was growing up.
Yes.
So I just feel like sometimes, and it goes to me as well, because I'm not going to sit here and say that when I get mad or when I get heated, I don't talk to my husband crazy, especially when we're having an argument. I would be lying.
Right.
You understand what I
Yes.
mean? And I said this is also a learning aspect for me. Eva, shush. This is also a learning aspect for me to know, look at myself and look within myself, and to fix what I need to fix regarding the
Right.
way how I speak
Yeah.
to my husband, and regarding how I deal with my husband verbally and non-verbally. You understand? Because at the end of the day, respect is one of the main things in a marriage. If you don't have respect, other than love, you have nothing. Love, respect, and
So
trust.
true.
Yeah. That's true.
That's my
That's
thing.
true.
That's true, and I agree with you. But talking to him crazy is different from styling him though. And I call him all these derogatory terms. You can get upset, you can talk, you can, let him know what is on your mind. But some persons do some stuff sometimes when it comes down to their spouses, they wonder how they really are going, or they talk down to them and disrespect them.
Exactly.
But but I hear you, and I agree with you. Let me run through the chat again. Audrey William, Audrey Williams says communication is key. We read that already. Let me see. Teacher Donna says hello, Taylors and co-host. Um, and House
Well,
of
Hi,
York
teacher.
says hello, fam. I am here in traffic.
Blessed,
let me
blessed.
know, Sophia.
Welcome,
Right.
House of York. What's up, girl? Um,
Long time. Love you on.
Yeah, man, long time for real. Love you, boo. Love you, love you, love you. One of the most supportive YouTubers that I
Yeah.
know. Bless up
So
yourself.
true.
Bless up
Um,
yourself, oh Sophia. Yeah.
um, Teacher Donna saying hello. I want to get all the questions. I don't want to leave out anybody. Um, let me see. Question again. All right. Simone Brady says this message is from Mr. Brady. He says, "Is it right for a person to keep mentioning their ex in their marriage? The devil is a liar. If you
It's a
mention your ex,
line
you
of
should be
truth.
with her. Maybe you should
Mm-hmm.
be with her. Maybe you should be with him.
Exactly.
Uh,
The
uh,
ex is, what's that? The ex is the ex for a reason.
Exactly.
Mention
Why
where?
mention them?
When? Why?
Why mention them?
Why mention them?
Listen, one of the worst things
Exactly.
that and one of the worst things any individual can do, especially in a marriage, our regular relationship, but especially in a marriage, is to make comparison. Don't compare your spouse with your past relationships.
Yeah.
Anytime you do that, you're gonna have problems.
So true.
You're gonna allow the individual to feel less than a person that they cannot match up to whatever that they're not good enough. You're gonna have problems. And if your past relationship was 20% or yeah, 20% or 50% or 60%, and your present is 40, work with your 40 till it reach 100.
Yes, exactly.
Don't make no reference to oh she never behaved with me like that. Oh him never used to treat me like that. Listen, if that's the case, then you probably need to
Go be
be
with
with
your
it.
ex. Go be with your
Same
ex.
here.
Because you cannot hear me, and this is applicable to life in general. You cannot go forward if you keep thinking backward. There's no way. In life in general, you cannot move forward if your mind or if you keep thinking backward. Your past is
Yeah,
there
that's true.
as a place of is a place of that taught you some lessons. Learn the lessons and move on. Get to your future.
Exactly.
You cannot get to your future while hanging on to your past. You're gonna stay in the middle and never move.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you ain't got no reason. The only way you bring up your ex is if you're having a conversation. You say, "Boy, you know, say I don't know what on earth was I thinking.
Hmm.
I don't know what I was
Uh,
thinking being with that fool. I don't know."
yeah.
But don't bring up your ex in a way to say, "Oh, you're making a comparison with your past and your present."
I think that will affect your marriage. It
It
will
It
will.
ruin
will.
it. Destroy.
It will.
Yeah, to
It
destroy.
will ruin your marriage. You crazy?
Yeah.
It
And
will.
let me just add
So
a
that
point to that. For people who has children outside of you and your spouse, right? Sometimes, let's just be honest, the reason why I'm speaking on this because me and my husband we do have children, you know,
Outside.
outside. You understand what I mean? And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
even though we don't do step and all of that stuff, you know, if you don't have any ties with your ex, you don't have no ties, you're not no picnic, you're not supposed to talk about your ex. If it's a
Right.
conversation where it's
yeah,
a father conversation, or if the person have a child, which is a tie, then it should be only about the child, nothing else,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's true.
right?
That's true.
There should be
That's
no other type of conversation. Cause we're not on to talk about. If you wanted to have other
Exactly.
conversation, y'all will still be together if y'all wanted to have other conversation. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So if
that's the
there's
truth.
ties,
That's good.
let's just
That's
let
the
it
truth.
be about the child or the children and call it a day. Big up yourself.
Yeah,
Yep.
Right there.
It is what
So
it is.
yeah.
And let me just say this, and I know it may sound weird, but hear me. When you're going to school, anytime you get a X, that means it wrong.
yeah, exactly. That one is good. That one is good.
So if it's wrong, you don't need to be. You ain't got no business dealing with it. It's wrong.
What's wrong?
You are now married. You have your wife or your husband. The ex is wrong. Just and listen like wrong bang. I know if you like wrong bang, then that's okay. But it's wrong.
So long time I get
Yeah,
our
just keep it there, right there.
Yeah, right. So yeah.
All right. I have another question here. It's
Go
from
ahead.
Jamaican girl next door, and she's asking, should married couples use sex toys?
Yes, yeah, it's festive, it's festive. Yes, it's
No,
festive.
no, no,
Yeah.
um,
Yes, Miss Taylor, you have to come for the one, are you? You want to go
Let
on.
me read the question again. Should married couples use sex toys?
Mm.
I can't answer the
all
one
right,
there, Tom.
let me chime. Let me chime in on that one.
The one that be done, my master.
Listen, what?
No one
Let
that
me
you
chime in on this one. Um, to each his own. To each his own. If everybody's sex life is different, right? So if you and your spouse, that is your thing, that is your thing. It all goes back to how you guys interact sexually and what y'all like. So it's not a rule or there's a rule book saying that you should or you should not, right? Let's just be honest. You have to therefore keep, in a marriage, you have to keep your sexual life healthy and spicy. You have to spice up things, right?
Of course.
Nobody don't want the same old thing, right? But at the end of the day, if you want to incorporate toys in your bedroom, you have to have that conversation with your spouse, right? You have to have that conversation whether he likes it or he or she likes it or he or she don't like it, and they should also voice their opinions if they like it, why they like it, or if they don't like it, why they don't like it. Then you should, guys have to have a real transparent conversation, because it's one thing if a person likes one thing. If a person say me, I like sex toys. And for instance, say my husband don't like sex toys, right? I have to voice my opinion to my husband. Maybe there's some kind of way that we can either incorporate it or, at the end of the day, it has to do with a conversation, because you cannot have a spouse or be with a spouse that you're not sexually inclined with, because then that's
Yeah.
all cause problem, right? So I
Yes.
just say just whatever floats your boat, and whatever you and your spouse are willing to do to spice up your relationships. That's just my take.
Well, so,
All right, so let me chime in on that a little. I was gonna look on me like, what? But I think, and hear me, I am a Christian, sweetly saved, Holy Ghost filled, water baptized. Praise God. But I'll say this, yes and no. Now, if you have a nice, young, full of life, vivacious husband like mine, where you go with sex toy. Now, if we are in a long distance relationship and I live a foreign and him live a Jamaica, and we want to try and please ourselves, then maybe. My husband said if you get a sex toy, you can get another man. If you get a fake vagina, you can get another woman.
yeah.
But all right, and if you have a husband now, and say for example, you know, Lazarus not rising in the morning, And Lazarus out of commission. And he can use it as, he can use it on you as the woman. Then some church people might cuss me out after this, but me not really see nothing wrong with it. As long as it is being used and the man I use it on you as the woman, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
If you can't get it up where you go do, go look at another man. No. So you have to do what you can do for spice up the relationship.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is what I will say. This is what I will say. Come on with it. This is what I will say. All right? Every relationship is unique. All right? But as for me and my house, there's not going to be no toys in here. Listen. I'm going to say this. There is nothing like the real deal.
Yeah, the real deal.
What if?
Listen.
That is the what if.
Listen. There is no toy that can do what the real deal can.
But what is the real deal?
There is no what if.
Oh,
Lazarus has been resurrected and he has been resurrected.
Of
Praise
course.
the Lord.
I mean, Lazarus come forth and Lazarus have to come forth.
Come forth. Loose him and let him go.
let me say this, right? Me and my husband we're in a long distance marriage, right? I live in the States, my husband lives in Germany, right? I do not see a problem with it personally, but I do not have one. I'm the type of person where I can hold out, right? Sometimes it gets more unbearable than some, but with me now, I tend to focus that energy somewhere else, right? But so some people, they have different type of sex toys. They have like vibrators and stuff, which nothing really have to, So it all depends on what you're into in your relationship per se. So we can't talk like Uno. You understand? We're long distance right now. We can't talk like Uno. We can't both see up myself like Uno for right now.
Understand.
And that is
That's understandable. Every relationship is
unique. It's different.
You do what it's okay for you. Every relationship.
What? Can I ask this question? So let me leave that alone. All right. So
Go ahead.
Wait.
Let me run along. Let me run right along. All right.
Yeah, ask the question.
Great.
It's fine.
Of course, ask the question.
Ask the question. Come out to the question, man. Just come out to it and ask it.
Yes. Because we want
the question is, Miss Beauty Cake says, I love the real toy, not the fake ones. I guess we all do, Miss Beauty Cake.
Exactly.
The real deal, every day, all day.
Every day.
All right, ask a question. I do have a question.
Yes.
What if, as Rochelle said, Lazarus can't get up, right? And can't attend, Do you guys believe in Viagra? If Lazarus is in a position where he can't rise?
Yeah, man, as long as they're not going to kill off the man and the sale is cheap, as long as they're not going to kill him off, why not? Anything to get Lazarus up beats the toy.
Yes.
Bye.
As long as it's not going to make your heart beat out of control and kill him off, why not? Praise God. Of course. Yes, wow. I am very much in support of that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
let me see if there's any questions that I skip over. Why is it? So Jamaican girl next door says, can't exes have a platonic relationship? Can't exes have a platonic
Repeat.
relationship? Can't they be friends?
Me want them and them to answer that one, yeah.
Me no want be no friend with no ex.
I know me get what you say.
All fire tick catch easy.
Oh, exactly. Easy for catch.
Um,
Easy,
Then
easy
if
for
we're gonna
catch.
have a platonic relationship and be best friends, why we break up in the first place? Why aren't we together?
once again, my
Yeah.
resolve is, and I'm going back to school. If it's the X, it is wrong.
Keep it moving.
Yes.
Keep it moving. Don't try to have no close relation or connection with the X.
Yes.
Don't think no. Oh, I can control myself. Listen, and I'm not hitting at not no woman on here tonight, but these women are slick. They'll
Wow.
get you
That's
to do
true.
what you don't want to do.
That's true. That's true.
So listen, leave the X where the X was. Leave the past where the past is. Moving right along. Keep it moving. For your sanity and for your relationship, keep it moving.
Mystic Sensation says exes crosses, and that's why them name and that's why them name ex.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hi.
Ay, ay, ay. Wow.
Hi.
Georgia Richard says, to each his own. Everyone has their own thing that they like. Sex toys has nothing to do with as if he can get up. What you mean by? And if he can't get up? I mean, I understand what you said to each his own, but Sister Richards, Lazarus can't get up. And of course, you like your satisfaction and maybe a dildo can help you out. Why not? You know? Little buzzing can go, little buzzing can make you buzz too. Why not buzz?
Nah laugh. You're not laughing.
Why, Jesus?
Me not laughing or me not laughing. Me not laughing.
That's
Oh,
up to you.
God.
Let off of my clothes, baby.
Yes, sir.
To each
To each
to
his own,
each
Sister
his
Richard.
own. And I will put a full stop in the sentence right there. To each
His own.
his own. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
I'm gonna do
There's no
exactly.
parties running nothing around here. All right. So to each his own.
Um,
But
Miss Beauty says, use the organic Viagra, blend melon skin and everything to make it. She says,
Exactly.
no ex and my husband not going to be no friends. Hell no.
No, sir.
No, sir. She a ex and as my husband say no. Sometimes some of these women, mighty God, some of us is very, very, very manipulative and deceptive. And we know how to get these men to do what we want them to do. And some poor
Yeah.
little husband in a film with the film like an innocent cell. Oh, it's just my friend. When time Delilah I try plan to
cutting
cut
here.
off in here.
Bring
You
it to the wrong
understand?
barber shop.
So I am not in support of no ex being no friend. As Mystic says, ex is ex for a reason.
For a
That's
reason, of
why they
course.
name ex.
I'm gonna say this. When me and my husband we got married, I said to my husband that, listen, you see now that you're married, all who never see you, right? You're going to be so attractive to everybody now, especially single women. And he was like, "What that don't make no sense, but it's the truth." right? When it is single, nobody never wants you, right? It goes so she goes so both male and
Correction,
female as
correction,
well.
correction, correction. No, make it sound so. When we did single, nobody never want me. That not sound good.
No, all right. Let me just say it. Okay, let me just reword it. Let me reword it, right? You're single, you was not so attractive then to the
But
person.
you listen, I'm gonna
Wait,
just
let
leave
me
it because
finish, let me finish, all
anyway
right.
you say it, it
Let me
don't sound
finish,
good,
let
but
me
I'm gonna
finish.
leave it. Continue.
Wait, let me finish.
That's
But
true. Sometimes your
but now
man,
that you're
you want the
married,
man them single, nobody no want them. That's true.
thank you.
Yes,
Now
That's
that
true.
you're married, every
yes.
And then
change
time
things
they
then
They're
not
see
more
that
them.
mean everybody are
attractive.
come out of the woodworks because
Yes,
you're
Yeah.
married now. A girl married, it go for
yes,
both male and female.
yes,
And you
All
can
right.
understand that.
yes, yes,
People when they never want you to talk to you or to be friends with you, know the female them as friends and them they want to talk and all of that stuff. But prior
yes,
to you being in the stage that you are, nobody never want to have a conversation with you or whatever the case may be.
yes,
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Good.
yes.
Okay. Yes, I agree with you full of attitude. As a man, me have to be truthful. Reason being, I can remember when I used to work at a particular place, and I never meet my wife at that time, right? I mean, a girl did it. Me and her, a friend, I mean, I look the girl long time, and eventually the girl never give me a talk yet. She not talk my Sankey. And eventually when me meet my wife and we get married and thing, and the girl hears when me get married, she say, I this me this her. She did it all long and she do want me and so. She not make me know. She play hard to get. And the lady vexed with me and tell me say she do want me and thing. You understand? And I want to push herself and me now as a married man. I tell her no that not work. You understand? And I realize that more woman even running come to me. Me I say, but
Wow.
wait. When we single, me not see like when me married. Me I say, no, that's not right. Something wrong.
And that is how today's society is because like most of the young girl them a make you know straight up say listen like a married man more because married man have money. It's not about the married man, it's all
Mm-hmm.
about the married man money they are after,
Mm-hmm.
right? So them a tell us that them don't want a man for themselves because them rather they with people married man. So some of these ladies going around with married spirits, married man spirit.
That's
Me not
true.
hear you.
And now we just talk about the married man spirit.
Yes, some of
Awkward.
these ladies going around with married man spirit. Them see John Tam out there single, Harry out there single, and them don't want John Tam, them doesn't want Harry. All them need is people married man. And
Hmm.
to me, like that is a spirit of a Jezebel
Spirit,
spirit.
exactly. And they work 2 ways, not the woman
Yes,
alone.
yes. Also the
The
man
man
too.
them too.
Right.
The man them too.
All right. Oh, it's so silent. I want to go.
Oh, sorry about that. No man, sorry. Me that talk to
Yes,
lady there.
Simone. Fox.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry guys.
Okay, that's okay. Shells. Mine are not shells.
All right, man, I have a
Shells,
question.
mash
I
up
have
the
a
chat round there.
question.
Me there,
Mash
man.
it
Me
up
there.
and pound.
I have a question, right? You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
we
we're
are
hearing them.
hearing you.
All right. And I want, both of the couples to chime in on this, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on counseling, whether it is premarital counseling or counseling after your marriage? What are your overall thoughts about counseling?
All right. Shells, you want to go first?
I am for it. I am for both pre and post.
Me too, second that.
Yep,
All
I
right,
am
all
for
right,
it.
all right. Until Shell's ready for talk.
All right.
Um, I said it's very important for
Married couple.
married couple to take
All right.
counseling.
Whether you are planning to get married or whether you're already married and you see that counseling is needed in the wedding, I
Yes,
believe that yes, why not doing it? Because counseling is very, very
important.
important in a marriage. So I always advise persons say, listen, don't stand and watch your who you're married.
Tear
Say
apart.
tear apart or right because things yeah say boy you don't want to know counseling where counseling is needed. I believe that people should do take counseling
Yeah,
when they come on to your wedding because wedding is so much important.
important.
So that is my take on it.
All right. So I believe that premarital and postmarital counseling
Counseling, yes,
counseling is very necessary.
yes,
One, you're getting into a marriage. Granted, you might have been in a relationship for a number of years together, and you have been in previous
yes,
relationships, but you have never been married. So you don't know what
Yeah,
to experience, especially when it comes down to a godly marriage.
yes,
When you want God to be a part of your union, I do encourage persons to get counseling. Know what you're getting yourself into. Don't dive headway into something that you have no experience with. You're not gonna just dive into an ocean and not knowing how deep it is. So I believe that you must go into counseling, get some counseling,
yes,
hear the views on marriage and post marriage marriage counseling too. Because there are times
yes,
when you might encounter some problems that you and your spouse can deal with, but you can go
yeah,
to a counselor and hear a third party opinion on it.
yes,
Somebody that will guide you, somebody that is trained to deal with this type of stuff. So I think that it is
yes,
very essential, it's very necessary.
yes. I agree with you 100% shells on that one.
All right, Taylor, I have a question. How has
Yes.
counseling helped your marriage?
Wow. All
And
right.
I
For
want
me,
both Mr. Taylor and Mrs.
yes.
Taylor
yeah.
to answer this question, and as well as Shelly Connor and her husband as well.
All
All
right,
right.
go. You want to go ahead to first,
For
sis?
me, all right. For me I say, oh, counseling help my marriage. All right. I can see there was problem in my marriage, right? When we was, no, before we get into it, right? I can remember speaking to the marriage counsel and him highlight some things to us. And honestly, in my back of my mind, me I said, sure, that not gonna happen or
Mm-hmm.
that not gonna take place in
Take
my
place, yeah.
marriage, right? And stuff. But the man make sit down with us, the counselor sit down with us and make we know said, listen, there are things that you expect to say come at you, and there are things you do not expect is going to also come at you. What is going to do
Do
when
when
things come at you where you do not expect. Because probably you don't expect when time it come at you, I say, child, it's a walk in the park. But what about the unexpected one which you never expect to say come at you? What is going to be doing? And to be honest, I'm glad how the counselor get said highlight it and show we in a some different type of form and so forth and let us know. All right, for instance, right, I'm going to share one for instance. Right, I can remember of you that are watching must know by now, right? Because I in a video before, right? I have kids outside of my marriage, right? And remember, I have a drama baby father. You know them drama baby father there, yes. And more to use a different word, but just use the decent word. All right. And the end of the day, I remember the counselor speak to we about it and say, suppose thing come and act up and so forth after we get married
married
and
one.
so forth. And the man highlight some things and say, suppose him want to turn the child mind away from the stepfather and you know how man say sometimes, right? When they can't get the mother, them try to do everything and tell the child them some things and stuff. And I remember the counselor, I like that. I'm glad him did highlight it because when we married and everything and it go on in and stuff, that was the exact
Exact
same
thing.
thing the drama baby father go ahead and do. And if the counselor never highlight some things to us, like, come on, in less of a year, you could have to mash up. We're waiting just like
Just
that. If
because
we
of
never get the counseling and the counselor highlight something. So I believe that counseling do work because it saved my marriage.
all right. I see Simone cover
All
a
right.
whole barrage of things. As a husband, as a leader of the household, you know, um counseling is very important. And if you are struggling with some things, we are married. Listen, in a marriage, married, it's not perfect. Sometimes some easy little things show it up and we feel like say, boy, we can't bother with this marriage. This marriage thing is not for me. May I give up, may I throw in the towel. We can't bother no more. You understand? So if you find yourself in that part and you feel like say you're struggling and you need help, you have to get the help. Get the help. Me and my wife we go through the counseling, and that council, that is 11 years ago. 11 years. And listen, me guys, I'm not exaggerating. The 11 years coming like it's just yesterday. Every single thing still stick in my brain.
So
It
true.
helped my marriage to grow. And 11
100%.
years what a marriage is not so. We go through thing,
Yeah.
we go through thick thing in between every single thing. Challenge come. You understand? But when the challenge come, how you deal with it? That's what we have to look at.
Yes, definitely. Charles, you can go
Um,
ahead, darling. Go ahead, Pastor.
all right. So counseling, both post and pre. In premarital, when I did premarital counseling, I learned something that stuck with me even to now. And
Yes,
our counselor said that in a marriage, there are three parties, and that thing sit with me. He says in a marriage there's a triangle.
yes,
You have the husband at the base, the left base, the wife at the right base, or vice versa, and you have God at the top.
yes,
He says the closer you draw to God, the closer you get to each other. And
Yeah.
that illustration, I mean, it resonated with me. It helped me in my marriage to say, you know what? Anytime we're having an issue, let's draw closer to the Lord.
Yes,
yes,
amen to that.
So that brings us closer together. Also in counseling, I learned because he gave us something to write on a piece of paper. The same message, but both of us get two different meaning from the same message.
yes,
And what that taught me is in the relationship, both of you will not see things the same way every time.
That is the
yes.
thing.
That is
So
it.
counseling is
Right.
definitely important. And why post-marital counseling is important. And let me tell you, in the
Yes,
relationship, you're going to need what you call a mediator from time to time.
Yes. Right.
And the post-marital counseling works as a mediation.
yes,
That supposed to work as a mediator. Because once again, both of us are right. None of us are wrong. Nobody's wrong. You need someone now to say, hey, let's put both things on the table and let's read it out. So the
yes.
post-marital, I believe we should have more post-marital counseling than
Than
premarital.
premarital goal.
But with
Yes.
that being said, I also need to say this: you cannot take counsel from everybody.
Amen.
Yes, that's
So
it.
true.
If the person is if they're in an abusive relationship, they don't need to be counting me.
Mm. You
So
have a
true.
bitter
If you have
relationship.
a bitter relationship, you don't need to be counting me. If you're
So true.
unforgiving, if you can't forgive in a relationship, you are not qualified to counsel me.
counsel me.
Counsel me.
So
Exactly.
true.
So
Exactly.
post-marital counseling is vital. It should be more than premarital counseling, but ensure whoever is counseling you is one, they have and I have to say, ladies, they have a connection with God, that they
Yes.
don't counsel out of their feelings or their own opinions or how they think something's supposed to go. And two,
Yes.
they understand what it means in our lingo to split justice.
Amen. Right
Because
here, so.
outside of that, you're going to have problems. And I'm going to say this too. It is not always advised. It's not always advised to take counseling from your parents
Amen. Our family
Our
member.
or family
family
members.
Right.
member.
It is not
Yes.
Right.
always, and I say you can't listen to them, but it is not
Yes.
always advised because they are going to counsel you based upon what they went through and how they
Yes.
dealt with it, and which might not be
Yes.
the right counsel.
Right.
Every relationship is unique.
Yes.
If your mom or your great grand or whoever, your cousin, your aunt, if they grew up in a culture that abuse is a form of love, they're gonna tell you that if the man the box you, him no love you.
Yes.
So we have to
Yes.
be careful of who we take counsel from.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
So get the counseling. Don't be afraid to go and in Jamaica they have this crazy thing. And now me not tell nobody my business. Listen,
Yes.
something you need to talk your business because if you don't, somebody might kill somebody.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's
Because
true.
Amen to
talking,
that,
hear
Pastor.
me, talking is good therapy. It's good therapy. Find somebody that an accountable partner, a counselor, whatever, that you can offload. You can talk because
Yes.
talking is a good therapy. It brings healing sometimes. Because sometimes, as I said, you don't need a response, but you just need to release what you're dealing with.
Yes.
So counseling is very essential. I would advise you, anybody entering get premarital and
And
get more
postman.
postmarital counseling.
Amen to that. I agree 100% on that, Pastor. All right. So me have a question, Shell, before you jump in the chat, right?
All right. But glad you touch up on that. So may I
Yes.
continue. What I've right down said, should family have say in
Marriage.
marriage?
It just went back to what I was talking about. Um, Listen, a family member will ever have something to say. They will ever have something to
Yes.
say. But guess what? What they say should not dictate how you're when you're married.
Yes.
And they will always have something to say.
Mhm.
But giving them the right to dictate and run things, that is where the problem comes in.
Mhm.
Because I said it today to some folks. I said, listen, when you take your marital issues to your family members and you and your husband or your wife is okay, them still have it up.
So
Yes,
true.
that's true. That's true.
And they go, who hate the man, hate the woman when you all move on. And so when they go to the family get together, everybody's cleaning up their face and you wonder what happened.
Only if you know say they still hold him back
Them
in a
still hold
situation.
him as the man where cheat on you, the man where did hit you or whatever.
Yeah.
When you're forgiving him or her and move on. So they will always have something to say, but you now need to do what you call a filtering.
Yes.
Yeah.
What am I going to absorb and what am I
I'm
going to
gonna
throw
go
out?
out. Yeah, there you go.
Because you cannot absorb everything that comes from the outside. Remember, in the marriage, it is three party: you, your wife, the husband, and God.
Yes.
You listen. You can hear other opinions, but that is not the final authority or final conclusion or whatever to whatever issue in your marriage or how you when you're married. The
Yes.
Yes.
marriage is directed by God, honorable before God, according to what the Bible says. It's honorable,
Yes.
but it must be run, it must be led and directed, guided by God. If you have
Yes.
too much people talking in the marriage, guess what? You're gonna have a bunch of problems.
Yes.
And just to add to
I
that,
got
money, do not give your family members or your friends ammunition to use against your spouse. Do not. There's some stuff that, especially if your friends have been hurt, your family members have been hurt, do not give them any ammunition to use against your spouse. Another thing, do not allow your friends or your family members to talk down to your spouse.
Disrespect them, right?
You don't
Yeah.
have that right. None of my family members. You don't have that right to talk down to my husband. And I'm
Yes.
not gonna sit and allow you to say to badmouth him either.
Yes.
I'm not gonna give you that. Because and then
Yes.
it's based sometimes on what we share with them. It's
Yeah.
the information that we give them. So sometimes soap and beer. Let me say this though. If you're in an abusive relationship where this man is a real fool, where we'll take your head and fling it in at the wall. No, that is a different story. You
Yeah.
understand? If he might talk to you and you not listen to him in past, you just kick you. That is a different story. You need to tell everybody where you know. Say, look, I'm married myself, and I'm scared as hell. You understand what I'm saying? But there's some stuff that you don't share with people. If he can't provide for you a certain way or you would like, and for them business that. If a chicken back here eat every day for the past 3 years, and for them business that. Because you know what they're gonna say? A worthless man you're married. You can't buy chicken.
Yes.
Little did they know that in this time, you and your man might be going through some processing. They see the now, they don't see the 5 years from now when time am I gonna make you eat steak.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everything you
So
figure laba
true.
laba cause when time you eat steak now, you know, all them still men remember when time you eat the chicken mac and the tin mackerel, you know.
Yeah.
They are not seeing the bigger picture now that you have you come up. So don't especially if they don't like him for whatever reason, especially if they think that you could have done better. Because we're family members like that, you know.
Yes.
Where you are
Yes.
doing
Yes.
it? Where you are doing it? Where you are doing call like call more dark like a midnight, call of one team.
Yes.
But then I see the people say you can't fix up call mouth, young call can't fix up your mouth. So if
Yeah.
they think that you could have done better, don't give them the ammunition for use against him.
Yeah, that's what it
True.
is.
And if I should chime in, I know you guys you spoke on abuse. Abuse doesn't mean physically. You have mental abuse, psychological abuse,
Verbally,
and
right?
emotional
Yeah.
abuse. Right?
Yes.
A lot of times the man might not bash your head in a wall, but mentally he opening your head and psychologically might tell you some
Yes.
things where and people don't understand that a lot of time mental and psychological abuse comes from the other person's insecurities, right?
Yeah.
In your insecurities, you can play it on another person even without knowing because you think that that is okay. That's how you grew up. That is okay. You understand what I mean? And nobody ever pointed out to you. You understand what I mean? So you have to also look at that as well. If you feel you're not being heard or something, then that's right there. So a problem, right? I said to my husband the other day, right? Because with me and my husband now, we are married and we have businesses, right? So it kind
Yes.
of intertwines everything with us, right? So a lot of the time where I might get mad at something that we has to do with business, it intertwines over into the relationship aspect of it, right?
Yes.
I,
Yes.
I'm, I'm angry with the business side, but I'm still looking like saying, yo, I'm angry with my husband, right? And sometimes
Yes.
to me, I don't know how to differentiate all of that, if you understand what I mean, because it's so intertwined,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is where we have a lot of conflicts per se. And it
Yes.
goes to my other question. Finances. I know like finances can also make or break a relationship or a marriage per se.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on finances in a marriage?
Shell? If me know Shell, but they want to talk about the finances,
I
me
didn't
have
get the
a
last part
question.
about the
Financial.
finances. Repeat
Yeah,
what you say about the finances, please.
What are your
Repeat about the
what are your
finance.
thoughts of what are your thoughts on finances within a marriage? Because I said me and my husband, we're married and we also have businesses together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times it intertwines with everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? So sometimes I'll be mad at my business partner, but then my business partner is my husband. So then it intertwines into the relationship aspect of it. And sometimes I do not know how to differentiate both of them.
All right,
All
Shell, don't
right.
want to deal
So
with that. All right, go ahead.
so my wife and I also is in business. Um,
Mm-hmm.
more than one, and we I don't know. Maybe I'm the maybe gotta bless me like this. But I've learned how to separate the business from us being a couple. Um, to the point of when I'm related to her concerning business, I don't even say babe or anything like that. I say Miss Abraham. I know it may sound weird, but I do that. What I would recommend that you do in that regard is whenever it comes on to the business aspect of stuff, don't see the business partner as your husband. Because let me tell you what can happen. When you mix it, when you mix it, anytime you have a problem in the marriage, as a couple, the business get knocked.
Yes. So true.
Because me Bex, so me not do nothing.
Yeah.
Now, if you're employed,
That's so.
you would have lost your job.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not an easy thing to do, but you have to come to the place where you separate the two.
Yeah.
So it's a business partner when we're talking business. I will be at my
Yeah.
desk and message my wife on her computer and say, hey, I need you, Miss Abrams, I need you to get this done. If you need further information, please let me know.
Yeah.
And when she responds, if she responds and say, babe, I say, hey, I'm your boss. Please keep it professional. It sounds
Yes.
weird, but you have to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Because
love
anytime
that.
you mix it, and I know companies that they cannot separate the family from the business. And when you do that, trust and believe that business going to suffer. Because anytime
Yeah.
you're
Hold on,
offering
man.
a family member whatever they're supposed to do, them drop all arms and make me done. May you bex.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
but if you bex with your
Yeah.
boss, you need to find another job.
Same way.
So I would recommend even start communicating as business partners. Don't if you're talking to you concerning business, don't say no babe nothing.
Yeah.
Miss so and so, Mr. So and so. You understand? As I said, it's something that you have to practice. It's something my wife can tell you a lot of times when we come out of the business field, we're not quarreling. I say, listen, man, you're doing a job. This ain't no game. We can argue as a couple, but you don't argue with the boss. You understand? So
Yes.
practice it, and separate the business from the marriage. If you're in a business, it is sometimes said that don't put family members in businesses, but it can work.
The Chinese do it.
If it can work, if you learn how to make the separation. You're not separating from your husband enough. But what you're doing, you have a professional aspect of stuff that you deal with outside of the love, the mushy cookie, whatever. And you need to understand that as a business, we have to work it as professionals. Just approach it like you'd approach a regular job. I have to reach at work at a particular time. I have to fulfill my quota for the day. You approach it like that. Don't say, boy, I'm a husband, so I'm not to do it right now. No, the customer don't business if you don't marry.
Yes, exactly.
The
You
customer
have to
want
do it
whatever they
professional.
want. They want whatever they ask, so they want it. So you have to know, forget about, all right, yeah, we married and we love each other and all that is good. But concerning the business, we have to do whatever we need to do professionally so the business can flourish.
Yeah.
So that will be my approach. Start practicing to see it as a professional space. Yes, we're married, but right now we are business partners. Right now we are working to build a business. And you
Yeah,
don't
so
need no
how
you don't you and your boss are not friends really. He's your boss. Or is your co-worker. You have a good
mhm.
relationship, but you don't slack off because I know you. It is let me give you another quick for instance. My wife does like the course and so on. But people will call me and say, I want you to do something for me. How much does it cost? My response is, I am the designer, I don't do cost. So you and
Yes,
I may be friends,
exactly.
but not you and my business.
Yeah.
My business don't know you, you don't know my business. We ain't got no relationship like that. We are building a relationship as client and business owner. Don't call me as a friend to ask me do something for me. No, no, no. You send the information to the email. My wife will respond to you. She's the one dealing with that. She is the customer liaison. I don't even tell my wife. I say you have a customer liaison. She will get back to you.
Yeah.
So you have to practice it like that. Practice that professional approach. You have to practice it like that. And then when you're done, if you want to cuss couple boy, when like we talk to me today, then you won't be out in the bed. Amen.
Amen.
All right, amen to that. I I
You're right to
I,
the
I,
chat.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. I would also add to it that I don't know. I'm talking from my experience. Um, with me concerning my business and stuff, I allow my wife to even tell me more what you think about the business, what you think the next step we should do. You understand? Because me make steps and yes, me make steps that's not right. You understand me in my head because sometimes I be honest as a man, me unruly sometimes. Me do things where people mommy. Me do things where me not supposed to do, spend money where me not supposed to spend. You understand what me I say? Me things are as example, because I run a chicken business. Me say to Taylor say, say, all right, then me want to go for one 250 chicken Monday. She go look and say, hold on, stop. Let me check and see how much money did there. You understand? So we see if we can go up to the chicken and go up to the chicken feed. When she look and she say, no man, if I spend out the last money, oh, the rest of chicken them on the next side I go. Them not got enough feed. Them I run out of feed or something. So as a business partner with your spouse, your wife, your husband, you have to just take the time out and here to listen to each other. You understand? You understand? And as Shelly and Pastor says that you can't mix business with pleasure. You have the business now. If you work with a boss and thing, you understand? And you're not doing the work as you should. You're gonna get fired,
My
so you have to
dear
work
pastor,
together.
all right, being a pastor say something where I must highlight, and I can say I see in which that is so true. Pastor speak about like say boy when you do business as a couple and so forth, when things not go your way, you take and you start the business. And I believe that is true because I can tell you that you're trying to time my husband now listen to me. I'm still want to take place to the business. I'm a vex, I'm a spite him. And when time a business end up on the
No,
download
no.
and so forth, me vex even worse because me I say, look at me not talk to you when you're not listening and so forth. And you make me have to end up fight business, not looking after the business, not care about the
But
business.
and I me make us fight.
And
You remember
move from here,
a business associate. Listen, just fight the business, yes, girl.
yeah, I
You're wrong.
must fight the business because at the end of the day, it will bring forth the money and stuff. I mean, yes, I do that. So I do believe as a couple, and this is the point that we use and yes, as a couple, we realize that it's no longer about the business and so forth. It's like I'm working with my boss or my boss is working with me. So whether I want to say my boss do something that upset me and support me, I have to go live with your health, me I have to go look at other job, right? So me learn from one mistake. Listen, you can't run a business and then one time one partner vex say I try to spite the business because at the end of the day it's a profit, nothing at all more and to sell lose more and gain. That is my little take on
That's true.
Listen, here's another quick tip. For business partners that are couples, here's another quick tip. If
it.
in the business you have the wife dealing with a particular thing and the husband dealing with the other aspect, here's a tip. You may not give what you call a salary, but give an incentive.
Incentive, thanks.
If my wife is working for me and working with me, just like how she
Yeah,
will be working with anybody else, when the money come in, me give her money. This is what you work, this we give her money. It may not be a salary per se, as I said, but do that. And what you when you do that, it now put the individual in the place to say, I have a job and I have to hold firm to my job.
Yes.
Because I'm going to get paid. I will hold firm to my job. But once again, approach it on a professional level. You can't, anyhow you go outside of that, trust and believe. Things now go, customer now go get them stuff. No. Stuff was supposed to come in, not go come in because I can't bother right now and I just my husband and my wife tell me to do it.
yeah,
A whole lot of issues going to come up in the business.
Yeah.
yeah,
And at the end
All
of the
right?
day, you have to remember that you guys are building a business, an empire together.
Right.
And this is to benefit our family in the long run. And what I
yeah.
would advise to have separate accounts for your business than for your regular account.
Yes.
Have
Don't,
separate. Don't put all of the money where you make
no,
in the family saving account.
no.
Keep the business account separate.
Yes. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And just
Don't do
like
that.
with the joint account, if you're going to go into the business account, let your spouse know that Craig, we're going at the account to buy something, or we're going at the account for whatever reason.
And to take it a little further with that, because this is very, very vital too. And it is good to have a business as a couple. Not every couple can do it because they don't have the discipline. But it's good to have to do it. But here you have thing concerning money. Now I spoke about a separate account, which is vital. Secondly, don't use business money for leisure.
Yes. Use business money for the business.
If there's an emergency, you have to pull something from it, we understand. But don't take the money and go floss. All right? Have your money when you do your regular job, you have a business on the side. Whatever money comes in the business, it's for the business.
Yes.
I have two companies. I handed over one to my wife and said, listen, whatever money you make over there is yours. So here's the thing. If she don't want to make no money over there, that ain't my problem. That's her business. I gave it to her. I gave her the contacts, who in the contact or whatever. Sometimes it costs me because I have to play a part in it. But I gave it over to her to do. Now she now have something that she have to run because she needed pay her money to come in. Right? So never do use the business money to say, oh, let's go on a vacation. I'm not saying you can't, but if you're gonna do that, ensure that it is not dipping
Hurt the business.
and hurting the business. When you have a surplus, enjoy yourself out of the business, but don't get up every day and let's go on a weekend. Every weekend you go on a hotel out of the business. No, your other job must deal with that. So it is important. Once again, you approach it professionally, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
So I hope that helped you.
Yeah,
What's his
it did.
name?
It actually did.
All right.
I I do have another question as well. I
Ula,
also
you can hold on to your question a minute. Make sure I'll
yeah,
run to each other phone. All
no problem.
right.
All
Okay.
right, let me run through the chat. All right. Audrey Williams says, Audrey Williams says, some persons can have a platonic relationship with their ex. It depends on the level of maturity. Mystic Sensation said, we have to remember that sometimes Lazarus dropped out before Master and there is no resurrection, no matter how the Master call him. So what are you going to do? You back at Lazarus. True Mystic. What you gonna do?
Wow.
Did you say how it a go go?
You know.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Janique Reed says, so true. Um, Miss Beauty K Kitchen says, I think Richards is saying whether or not Lazarus is working or not, you can still use it. Okay, yes. Taniki give a high five. Audie Williams says, my husband and his ex and I are great friends, and we are all
What?
mature about it.
Big up yourself.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That is
I
good.
know people that do that too, but
That's his own.
to each his own. Every relationship is different, unique. Miss Beauty Care Kitchen says a lot of women is attractive to married men because they think they are more responsible. She went on to say some women want married men because they don't want the domestic responsibility of being a wife, and they only want money and lie down and him to go home to him wife. True.
Yes.
Any husband still wanting to be friends with him ex need to go over him ex. There is still some feelings there. Me not in a that, says
That
Mystic
makes sense.
Sensation. Miss Beauty K Kitchen says start truth because I feel like I like when I go on the road by myself. It's like every man come in my path want my number.
Mm-mm. Imagine that.
Mm.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
Beauty Case and Mystic, I agree. Jamaican girl next door send clap emoji, and she says she love my husband. Um, Mystic Sensation says talk truth, sir. Jamaican girl says counseling is necessary. She says straight talk, nice. Mystic Sensation says parents might get biased and take sides, and that is true. Parents, if they're not mature, they're gonna take side with them pitney. And I
That's
like it the
true.
first time all people them where I said to them son, go on home to the people them girl pitney are don't deal with the people
Yeah.
them girl pitney are etc. These nowadays parents them bias, them are gonna take them son side, them are gonna take them daughter side. Um Janiki says no ex belongs in the relationship, none at all. Jamaican girl says between you and your partner, who is the quickest to apologize? And that's the question. My husband is.
Hold on. Let me think about that
Answer
one.
no? I'm gonna hear answer.
Yeah,
Oh.
Uh,
you can answer to
Answer the same
to
one.
apologize.
I would say sometimes me, not all the time.
Well, I will
Okay.
definitely say OG.
My husband.
Well, listen, and I'm gonna put it out there like sometimes, and I'm not saying that I do it like this, but sometimes people apologize just for you to shut up.
Okay.
I'm never ready for that one there. I'm never ready for that one there at all. Never ready.
I never say I do it,
And
but I'm
that's
Yeah,
saying,
true.
answer.
Okay.
listen, we have to talk it through. Sometimes
Well,
People apologize to just done the conversation.
Let me drink
Just,
my water,
just
yeah?
done.
Exactly.
Right?
Not the
But
further.
hear the truth.
Yes,
Hear the truth. Hear
yes.
the truth. The apology should be sincere.
Sincere.
The apology should
Yeah.
really come from a place of I'm really sorry. Right? Not just
Yes.
to tell the other party to shut up. But people
Yeah.
do that. They do that. And we just have to be honest
All
that,
right.
probably sometimes we do it. Because we can't take it talking. All right, I'm sorry. Lord Jesus Christ. All right.
Okay.
I don't do it all the time.
All right.
Yes.
Who is the best between you and your partner? Who is the best kisser? Wait.
Hi. Yeah.
Me. Me.
You can answer the question. You could answer the question.
But we want to
You
know
can
how she
answer the
answer so
question.
quick. How she answer so quick.
Your husband would have to answer that question. Because if you say you, then you kiss yourself.
Stella, who is the better kisser? Move from there. Sure.
You say you, but me say me still. So me don't know what
Stella,
you say.
you is a
I'm
bit.
me and this kiss.
Stella, you can't kiss Stella. Me teach
Wait,
you.
no, you teach me.
Yes.
Yes, you teach me. I agree that you teach me.
So
Yes,
who
but
is the better
I'm
kisser? Give me
perfect
my
at it
prop.
now.
No, give
I'm
me my prop.
perfect at it now.
All right then. I mean, I first want to apologize. Take it back.
Well, let me see. I would say I am. Even though my husband taught me, I think that I am the better
Wow.
kisser.
You can answer the question.
Between me and you.
I have to
All right,
answer.
between me and you, who is the better kisser?
Exactly. Answer,
Listen,
Ozzy.
Answer no man.
Shell them at the
she is the
post
better kisser.
away.
She is the
Mr.
better
Son,
kisser. I can't answer for myself and say I'm the better kisser because I don't kiss myself. I don't know how it feels to kiss myself. I kiss her. She kiss me.
You are
So
from there.
so she will know to say whether I am good at it or not. But I can't tell you for myself that
Yeah.
I'm the best kisser.
Mr.
Right?
Sutton,
But
what on your
she
answer?
is the best kisser. From this side.
Well, from this side
You are the best kisser.
is the best kisser.
You?
You.
Oh, because
You from there. Say, you. My friend
All right,
say,
let's
oh,
see
you
Mr.
are
Sutton
from there.
answer. I'm curious to hear Mr. Sutton answer. Mr. Sutton, what's your answer, sir?
I don't
Yeah,
have
make we
one.
hear.
Who is the better kisser?
We not hear.
look
I
straight,
don't
sir.
have.
Don't look across. Look straight.
I don't have one.
You don't know what.
I don't have an
Well,
We
answer.
didn't hear that.
He must sleep.
No, I'm not.
We didn't
So
hear what
who's
you
the
said.
better kisser, me or you?
I don't have one. I don't. You.
Oh.
What's it?
I don't know. Sorry, I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
He said
All right.
me.
You are. You are. You are. You are.
Oh,
You
okay.
Okay. Big up yourself. Big up yourself.
Moving right
exactly.
along. Debbie says, yes, African family members always have something to say. Mystic Sensation says, with family members intervention, there is going to be biases, and that is true. I go pick up for my brother, I go pick up for my son, I go pick up for my nephew. Yeah. All right. Debbie says, true. Nobody has the right to talk down to your spouse. Nobody. Georgia Richards, counseling can be official, meaning he or she is a licensed therapist. And they are unofficial counseling. People who are positively impacted in your life, who speak blessing into your life. So she's saying that there are two forms of counseling. All right.
Yeah.
Georgia says people will talk even when you don't tell them your business. Follow the proof producer. Right? Georgia says marriage is a partnership. Both parties' inputs is important. The business is an extension of your marriage. The well-being of the business can affect your marriage.
Yeah.
That is
Yes,
true.
that again.
Mystic Sensation says,
Last
yes, you
one.
have to separate the two. You definitely have to. Jenny Reed sends a thumbs up. She sends a heart. Georgia says, yes, you should have a platonic relationship with your ex. Is
Messages.
you ex? Hello?
Messages.
Yes, you should have a platonic relationship with your ex. Oh, so she has said, since it's your ex, you're supposed to can't have a platonic relationship with him because, or her, because it's your ex. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I guess that's what Georgia is saying. Mystic Sensation says the student, according to Shelley, can know how to kiss the teacher.
Well said. Well said. And listen, I'm a proud teacher. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm a proud teacher.
Shane says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Shane. Mystic Sensation says, blessings, Shane and the family. That's
Hey,
it.
welcome, Shane, and family blessing to you. All right, so we have a next question.
Which one are they?
Anyone?
All right. I have a next question. Think it's number three.
Yeah.
Is it okay for a husband to beat their wife?
For the what?
Beat their wife.
In which world? Not in this one.
Welcome, Maria.
Vice
Vice
Maria,
The
go
Maria
and
answer to
come
that,
and
Coleman.
bless it.
the answer to that question is a resounding no. All right.
No.
It
Yeah,
don't need a
we know, but
conversation.
we
It's
still
a
have to,
no.
yeah, we still have
Yes,
to ask.
yes. All right,
Yeah, and
we
that's
have
okay.
one
And
question we might have to ask.
even if you're emotionally damaged and you feel that if your man doesn't need you, he doesn't love you, that's not
Yes,
cool. You need healing and you need help. Something is wrong
yes,
somewhere. Maybe that was what your parents told you, that I'm beating you because I love you, and you're of the opinion that it is okay for the man to suck you in the eye. If you're not being sucked in the
yes,
eye, he doesn't love you. Love doesn't hurt.
yes,
Yes, and so
yes,
your parents, when they were beating you, they beat you as a form of discipline. Unless you're a child that needs to be disciplined, then that's a no. You're not supposed to get no lick from the man. Come on now.
yes. Okay. It's me.
Let me
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
say this,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
And I'm saying this based up.
Go ahead.
I was in abusive relationship before, and I also grew up seeing my mother and my grandmother getting abused, right?
Let me stop. Yes.
When a man starts, and it was for women as well, when your spouse, whether man or woman, starts to put hands on you,
Yeah.
then the respect has gone out the door.
Yes.
They don't see you as a person anymore, they see you as an object. There's no way, shape,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
form a person can set you say, oh, we love you, and then thump in your mouth.
Yeah,
Walk
Yes,
and
out.
blood that
exactly.
spirit.
That's true.
None no go like that, right? And sometimes, and speaking from a person who went through trauma, it's hard. It is very hard
Yeah.
because that gives you a lot of trust issues. Because Joe Tom did a beat you, and you come into a relationship with Joe Tom, you are going in a relationship with Roger, and things say when Roger get vexed, Roger gonna lick you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get proper counseling, or you know,
healing,
and
deliverance.
if the person that you know you're going to, when you come into the abusive relationship, the person you're going to be in a relationship with, it's not strong enough to deal with that, then you're going to fall into the same thing. Because let me tell you this, there comes wolf in sheep clothing, right? Because a man can you can come and tell a man say, I was in a abusive relationship and all that. And the man say, yeah man, no man, I got do them someday. And I say, once you get into the man, you got to do the same thing or worse
Yeah.
with a new person, right? No man or no woman under any circumstances should put their hand on an object to hurt the person or their spouse.
That's true right
That
there.
is not
That's the truth.
love. That is not
That's true.
love. That is not even lust or infatuation. That is just being controlling. And because a lot of times people don't understand that when a person is controlling, it comes in different forms, right?
Yes.
And it
Oh
comes from
yeah.
all insecurities as well. Because that person grew up seeing them father and their mother, they think it's okay. And because that person feel like say, you them a talk to you, you not listen. So quiet you down have to make you listen now. Them feel like say them for beat you like as
Yep.
if you're a child.
Yeah.
Some people say,
And when them go up on the road, then they have strength for people up on the road, and you them have strength for.
what the father?
Yeah.
So no man, no woman, nobody supposed to put them on. If it's not to hug your wife or your husband, or to caress your husband or your wife, or whatever the case may be, do not depend that.
Yeah.
Do not depend that.
All
Exactly.
right. So my next question I'm gonna ask, like,
All right.
should hi.
All right. I
Listen.
wonder. Okay. Good. All right. So Shalikana, would I like if you answer it too,
Yeah.
with Ozzy, I want
Yeah.
to hear from you
Pastor
guys too.
Shalikana.
You
Yeah.
understand?
I wonder why,
All right. So
that
what I have
is,
in the
but
book
my
is
husband said it. My husband said it. He says that is a resounding no. It's not okay for no man to
No,
lick them.
not
not
that
not
You
not
know.
that not
question.
that question. We have a next
We have
Oh,
a
question.
next question. We want to
okay.
hear
All right.
answer.
So here's the question: is it okay for Christian to have sex before marriage? Uh-huh. Where's the pastor? Because I want to talk to the pastor.
Is it
Because
okay?
a lot of person tells the reason why I come up with this type of question, a lot of person things are happening in our society today and person want answer it and sometimes they're afraid to say
Sure.
ask the
Ask.
question. So me just think out the box and come up with some random
And
question.
some people say them not buying a pussy in a bag and them thing they so we want to just, kind of
Have a
illustrate some more,
clarification on it.
about it.
All right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the question concerning a Christian. Yes, that's what you
Yes.
said. Should a Christian have sex out of
Yes.
marriage? I could
Yeah.
simply
Yes.
say no. I could simply say no, and it would have answered the question. But this is what I'll say from a perspective
Yes.
of a Christian.
Yes.
Are we going to
Mhm.
go according to culture, tradition, the way of the world, or the word of God? Because if you're going to
You are.
culture, you might do anything. If you're going to tradition, you might do anything. If you're going to the world, you might do anything. But if you're going to go
Yes.
according to the word of God, the Bible let us know that that would have been what you call fornication, which is a sin.
Yes.
So, with all of that being said, the question, the answer to the question, which I could have just answered no, for a child of God, it is not okay to go have sex without a marriage. Does it happen? Yes. But is it okay? No.
Okay.
It's not
All right.
recommended. It is not suggested biblically. You're going now against the principles of God. Don't uh, that there's
Yes.
no middle ground to it in that regard.
But
So the
but
whole pussy in a
question.
bag business, that's not the word of God, any at all. The
Yeah,
whole me
true.
go try it first before me buy it, that's not the word of God, any at all.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Once again, does it
Suppose, all
happen?
right,
It does happen. But yes,
all right.
go ahead.
Suppose it do happen. What can you do then if it does happen? Like say if you're a child of God and you do say have sex before marriage, what can you do? What can be some protocol you can follow after it
Put
went
in
down
place
or put in
before.
place
Yeah.
All right. So
if it happen?
practical stuff. And I'll start out by saying this. We
Yes.
have a misconception in church to say you can control yourself.
Yeah.
You can't. We have a misconception to say in ourselves, oh, we can't go our house, man, because we can't control myself. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
man, him can't come to my house, man, because we can't control myself. Listen, once there is an attraction,
Yeah.
the Bible says like this, and now we have to go Bible. The Bible says you must shun the very appearance of evil. So don't you believe that oh you can come to my house by yourself and we're gonna have prayer meeting and we can control ourselves.
Mm. Next thing you know,
Because somebody will be applying oil and it's not for anointing.
I'm doing like Gilbert. Next thing I do, no say in a bed and
Wow.
talk
Understand?
about
So we must just be honest with ourselves to say, you know what? I want to go and visit sister so and so, but here what? Let me take brother so and so with me or sister so and so with me. But because we are of the notion that a lot of times that in ourselves, in our flesh, we cannot control ourselves by ourselves. It takes the spirit of God to put us in that level of control. So the practical step is this is what for those of us who read the model prayer, lead us into temptation. God don't lead into temptation, but what it is saying is this: don't put yourself in the place to be tempted. And a quick case in point: you are planning as a man to go and visit the sister where you like, your church sister. You like her. You have there's an attraction, and the Spirit of God tell you, don't go over there. You say, all right. You don't listen to that. You put on your clothes, about to make the call to her and say, I'm coming. And the Spirit of God said, don't make the call. You say, all right. You don't listen to that. You go out on road to take the taxi. And you hear God say, don't take the taxi. You take a taxi. When you get there now, you're going to say, boy, God, you know, more. If this is not your will, tell me. Huh? He has been telling you. Don't answer the,
Exactly.
don't make the call, don't go over there, don't take the cab. He has been telling you. How are you going to ask God no if it is his will, make something happen? That is what you call
Mm-hmm.
presumptuous.
Presumptuous. Exactly.
So the practical steps is as much as you can stay away. If you need to meet, don't meet by yourselves. Because they have a saying to say Satan in the play fear.
Yeah.
And it only take one time for you to mess up. Just one time.
True. That's true.
So my recommendation would be if two persons like each other, they're attracted to each other and so on, and you realize that there's a strong attraction and so forth, don't get in the same space together by yourself. Don't tell yourself, say, boy, I can't control myself, because you are probably just fall into problems. And if it does happen at one time, with the help of God, make a conscious decision to stay away. Because here what we do, we commit the act, and then the flesh says it will never happen again. That's not true. The only way it don't happen again unless you submit to God and take the step not to allow it to happen again.
Exactly.
So let's not fool ourselves. Let's not fool ourselves and oh, I have the spirit, so this can't happen to me. Really? Shun the very appearance of evil, and that's my suggestion.
and I agree with you 100% with that. Um, I do. Let me run through the chat one last time, Dennis.
Go ahead.
Da, da, da.
You finish now.
So, Georgia Richards says, of course, in 1856, not in 2020 or any other time. If man can lick man. For me and my
Yeah.
husband, for me, that husband must feel him life bothering him and him want out permanently. Mystic says that. Jamaican girl say liku. Georgia said, remember the word of God says that love is patient, kind, not easily angered. Vibes with the Coleman says, same way mistake, him life a scratch him. Jamaican girls next door says, lick me and get way. You mad? Jamaican girls are right there, so. Gots to go, guys. Good night and blessings. All right. Since oral sex is not penetrating, is it okay for Christians? That's a question. Jamaican girl next door.
Aye. Wow.
No, that tell her that one lick up his 60?
Who want to go first? I will go last.
No,
I'll go.
listen,
What,
you know
what
what?
I'll say,
I will go. Go ahead.
what I'll say on that is, I'm not sure if this person was referring to, more likely she was referring to not married people, right? Because she spoke about it. It says that if since oral sex is not penetrating, is it okay for Christians? So maybe she asked the question off of what Simone had asked. And so I would say that any form of sex outside of marriage, according to the Bible, is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Any form of sex, whether it be oral, whether it be penetration, whether any form of sex outside of the confines of marriage is wrong. And that's Bible. And we don't need to go any further where that is concerned.
Okay.
When you're finished reading the chat, I have just one question.
Hold a second.
Say that is outside of marriage. That's what I said.
That's the question because it's a follow-up question. I would think it says, listen to the question, Since oral sex is not penetrating, is it okay for Christians?
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that it would be a follow-up question after what Simone had asked.
But question though, is it for married couple then? A Christian married couple then?
To each his own. To each his own. Everybody have different convictions. So to each his own. Whether you want to, yes or no, whatever you do in your bedroom, that is between you and your partner and God. So to each his own.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
O'Neill, you have something to say?
So when she's finished reading the chat, I have just one question and that's it.
The Anderson says, checking in. It has been a while. Jamaican girl next door says, hey, pull up, boss. The life with the uncles say, hey, lovely family just passing through. Life with the uncle says, thumbs up, done. Vajeje and Lazarus, not Mount and Lazarus. And that's Mystic Sensation. And the Anderson is asking which scripture. I'm not sure what the Anderson is asking which scripture for, but I guess it would be in response to mystic sensation. So that's it for the chat. You can go ahead and ask a question now. Omar?
It's
O'Neill?
O'Neill.
O'Neill, sorry.
That's okay. The question is whether it's a boyfriend girlfriend friendship, any relationship whatsoever. Is it okay for the whether it's your friend as in boy or girl, any which one? Is it okay to do something for somebody and then take it tell them?
I didn't get the last one. Is it okay for what?
To do something for someone and then take it and tell them.
No, man, that's not cool. That's not cool, none at all. You mean so for example, you bought me a suit of clothes and then you use it cost me?
Yeah, or you did something for me, took me out of a jam, and then you take it and tell me after.
No, if you did it from a sincere heart, then that no need to come into play.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
So
that.
how
All right,
what would you do or what would be your response if someone did that?
Well, if someone did that to me, I would, if I'm hurt by it, I would let them know that I'm hurt by it, and
Not
I would let them
once,
know
not
that, huh?
it wouldn't be once, or it's not once. It didn't happen once, it happened more than once.
All right, if it's something that they keep on doing, I would like, look, you did this for me, and you never have to do it, and I appreciate you doing it, but I don't appreciate you throwing it into my face every day that you did something for me. I don't appreciate it. Just tell them
So
straight up, I don't appreciate it. And if it's a
that
close family member, or yeah, you can say, look, it hurt my feelings. And I don't appreciate when you do that. So don't use it, take it, tell me. You did something for
question.
me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, you did something for me. And if you did it out of a willing heart, then it no need to come back. You don't need to throw it in my face though. So tell them
Okay,
how you feel basically.
that being said, and that has been done multiple times and still continuously keep doing it, what would be your solution?
Babe.
All right. In a situation like that, what was his name? Omar,
Omar,
O'Neill.
O'Neill.
In a
Yeah,
situation
man.
like that, O'Neill, because here's the thing: people will do what you allow them to, right? People will sometimes do what you allow them to, and if it's a case where it keeps happening, my approach would have been, hey,
Not that from them.
if you come to approach me, I'm gonna do this for you. It's fine. I'm good.
Yeah. Don't
I'm
take
okay
it.
because I know that's what you're gonna do. So my approach is it's fine. You don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to be cussing them out or worse or whatever. Was let them know respectfully. I understand what you want to do, but hear me. I'm good. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll get by. I'll get through with it. I am okay.
And if it's a situation where you can
Right?
pay them back because, sorry, babe.
Mm.
If it's a situation where you can pay them back because they keep throwing it in your face, pay them back.
And if the person keep doing it and then bringing it up back,
Don't
one, they never did it with a willing heart. They did it so they could have some control
control
over
over
you.
you.
They did it from a place of, oh, no, you're obligated to me because I did it for you. Those kind of assistance you don't need. I'm telling you.
Some people want to constantly keep you under their thumb.
Yeah. Those kind
Yeah,
of assistance you don't really
you
need. So
don't
if it
need
keep
it.
happening, let them know respectfully. Listen, I hear you want to help, but
It's
I
okay.
decline. It's okay. I'm all right. So that's the best approach I would recommend for you to take. Anything outside that you might have to cuss and quarrel, but you don't need to cuss and quarrel. Just let them know respectfully. I don't need your assistance.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead and piggyback off of that question? Okay.
Go ahead.
If you notice, the question that I asked before was about business, right? Me and my husband, most conflict has to do with business and finances. The situation he speaks of is when it comes on to money management, he's not real privy or real savvy with it. Okay. And a lot of times he calls it kind of throw in the face, but I call it examples. My husband is a very
Let me stop you right there.
Mhm,
No disrespect, no disrespect. This is not coming from a disrespectful place.
mhm,
And even though we're trying to be open and candid, we don't
mhm,
want to discuss certain things that anybody is left feeling hurt by it. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean?
mhm.
You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
even though we're speaking candidly, if you want to talk to me or hobby or anybody else, look us
Mhm.
up on Instagram. We can have a conversation. But certain things,
Yeah, yeah. I'm in agreement. You can listen. Let me just give us this quick lesson. You can be transparent. You can be transparent, but you can be naked before
you can't
everybody.
be naked before everybody.
Okay.
You see?
All right. So as my wife says, if y'all want to connect and we have a conversation, no, I have no problem doing that.
Yeah, you can get one of
But
us from the tailors
yeah, but I wouldn't recommend that you become naked
in front of the
in
world.
front of the world. All right. And I
Yes,
Mhm.
would love
that's
to
understandable.
help you guys. I would love to help.
Okay.
We would love to help.
You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying? Full of attitude?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Yes.
gotta do that. All right. We are here to help other people, and so on. But in an effort to help, transparency is good, but you can't be naked before everybody.
Yes.
All
Exactly.
right.
Yes.
So
That is so true.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So Taylors, I don't know. Is that a wrap,
Yeah.
Taylors? I don't know. See, like everything has been frozen.
No one are
Let me-
frozen. All right, give me a
All
minute.
right.
Do I
Give
fix
me
it?
a minute.
Give me a minute. Do I fix it?
All right.
No.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's supposed to come on. All right. Yeah. All right. So we are wrap up shortly, guys. We're going to wrap up shortly. But what was the next question you want to ask?
There's any more question? Before still me ask our next question.
No, there isn't any more question. Anderson was saying, I was really listening to the point that was about to be made.
All
Okay.
right. All right. So I have
Which point that still?
I have one question. All right. Depends what now I'm here.
Oh,
Yes. All right. My one question is like, oh my God, I put it. I think Pastor addressed, I think Pastor addressed it earlier on. But I have to ask about that. Sex. Yeah.
you love them something they eat. Suit you.
More from the social. All right. Sex is important in a marriage, like how often couples should have sex.
Yeah.
My
We are run
guys.
gone. We are run gone. Come
As
on.
often as you do it.
I love Charlie kind of one myself.
All right. So
My God.
here the thing. Here the thing. The amount of time is unique to each couple, right?
Yes.
It's unique to each couple. But I guess the more you can, it's spice up stuff, things and so on. But don't overdo it. All right, don't overdo it. And listen, and this is both for men and women. Sometime it is good to go on a fast.
Amen.
What do I mean?
Oh, glory.
What do I mean? Let each other yearn for each other,
Yeah.
Yes. That is so
right?
true.
So yes, you do it. The timing, do what you're doing, but sometimes you need to just don't not too much of a long space now, where the person start
Yes.
living into a space where I don't need it anymore, so I'm good. But have it a way where, boy, a long time, will go on, and because that also cause things to spice up, to spruce up the relationship with stuff like that. So you bring back now that desire, that yearning, that longing for each other. So as I said, it is unity each couple, but a recommendation is sometimes go on a fast, man. Maybe one week or a week and a half, and during that time you do look at touching but no sex.
Aye. Little teasing.
Look at teasing.
I am.
Right?
So
So
what if? Voila, but what if you can't manage a little teasing?
Stop
Now
it,
when you
Dennis.
teasing, when you teasing,
Self-control.
yeah,
Control yourself. Control yourself.
that's where the fun
That's where the fun comes in.
Dennis, that's where the fun comes in. Because you can control it and she can say, not tonight.
yeah.
So that's where the fun comes in. And then now, maybe tomorrow night, I probably have to go hold her down.
Yeah.
But what it does, it brings
That excitement.
It brings an excitement.
A level of excitement.
All right, it brings a level of excitement. So you can just ease off a little bit, not for too long, as I say. You don't want them become, not wanting it anymore. But ease off a little bit and just do some teasing.
I walk around and something skimpy.
Yeah.
Say, can't touch this.
Yeah, it makes things interesting. So that is
All
what I
right,
would
so
say.
this is going to be the final question for the night because I think I'm going to wrap up here. But Pastor, all right, do you believe that dating is very much important in a marriage? Like a married couple date each other after marriage, same way, like it doesn't really matter, just take your partner out on a date. Do you believe that is important?
Listen. That is something that I do endorse.
Yes.
And let me tell you why. I say it like this. The energy that you put in to get the girl.
Yes.
You have to put in double energy to keep the girl.
Oh, come on, somebody. It's
Yeah.
preaching.
So
yes. Preach, Pastor. Preach, Pastor.
dating after marriage is essential.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? I am getting the concept, to make the thing work. But dating after marriage is essential. Have date nights. Go out and stuff and support us. Do it. As I said, I'm learning the concept now. So I'm striving. Right? But do it. Date after marriage, it works. It builds the relationship. It makes the relationship stronger. And many times when I go out on a date, I can now reflect. Oh, when we did just meet and it just stir up back something and they keep that butterfly alive, and that is when no break up.
Amen to that. Shell, so why you on all over Pastor tonight?
Yes. Why the hand they can't move,
Yeah,
Shelly?
why the hand they can't move?
The hand they can't move, Shelly. Why?
Don't come
Shelly.
What's going on?
Yes, but when always the family life, I'm the over that they tell me.
Shelly,
It work.
Tonight, I don't to kiss you about them. I never bust a kiss like you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Master, no baby, come. No, we get jealous, baby, come. Sure, come.
Hey, remember O'Neill and film wife, they two different places. Don't start people them. Don't ask people them.
No, why you started,
Are you started?
Oh, you have a follow for now, like you show off.
My God, me no wanna kiss. Then it's move from there. After I'm telling you, I agree.
You need to kiss the man.
Get no more kiss.
You need to kiss the man.
Yeah. How much she come
Yeah,
from?
that? Come on, come, girl.
No.
Don't be hold that,
Remember,
do not let me hold.
Remember,
They don't tonight that prison tonight.
remember,
Come, let
say
me
yes.
feel it.
Tremaine, don't come from here, come stop. Here?
No,
I'm read them, take care, don't please. You're not too be able to self, sure not
Anyway, guys.
Hold on, she's reading things.
Yes, read it.
So Tremaine says, "Guy, good night, Taylor's family.
Good
Good
night.
night, school. Good night, Tremaine.
Good
Um,
night,
uh,
Tremaine.
Akeem Smith Talk Show says, good night, Taylor's family and Shelly's corner. Good night, Tremaine.
Blessing to you, Akim.
Tremaine says, Shelly Corner, you see your face, think you're easy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I don't know me say.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Akeem says, wonderful conversation. Tremaine says, Shelly a booster. Um,
Oh,
look,
oh,
look, oh,
that
Shelly, I look up in a pastor face. Like the share say, watch it tonight. Check one. All right, Tremaine.
true.
Um, Akeem says same. So I guess Pastor Abraham, or Abraham's right. Akeem says kiss him, and the under says Simone kiss the boss.
The boss, of course. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean. Sure.
You to get easy. All right,
What's
so
Simone a
guys,
blush?
you tell it. One in your bed. All right. So guys, we're going to be wrapping up at this time. Stop look for me. Look over there, so please. All right. So guys, we're going to be wrapping up at this time. We just want to say thanks to Mr. and Mrs.
Uh,
Let me looking at her chat here too much.
wait,
God. Well, and we are looking. We are
focus on the kiss, you
looking.
know. Like, focus on the
I
kiss.
can because that's it.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. Hey.
Sure, she said. She said.
Let's see. What my here shall say. Anyway,
Okay. Abraham.
you're right. All right. So then gonna say, I'm gonna pull back the screen, man.
So
I'm
as
gonna
soon
see
as
it too
you're
bad.
not try so hard and long for remember.
We just want to say thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Abram, and thanks to Mr. and Mr.
This is.
What is his name again? What
You're not good for name. I'm not good for name, my dear. So,
yeah, you get me in that trouble now.
come
Why
full
name again,
attitude. Come
darling?
full attitude. Help me. Yes, the pastor laugh off of me
Right?
star.
Tell me why
You
me fail
see,
for now.
laugh off
Tell
of
me
me
why me fail
star.
for now.
Eh?
Why me fail for now? Tell me now.
Because we know we had
Sutton.
All
Sutton.
right. So thanks to
Sutton.
Mr. and Mrs. Sutton
Sutton.
for being here tonight with us, guys. We don't make that mistake here again, because this is too bad. We do not know our co-host last name. We need to stop it. We need to get better at it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We really appreciate you. And Pastor, enough blessing to you, man of God, for joining us tonight. You always send your beautiful wife to come on our life and to assist us and so forth. And we want to say blessings to you, Pastor, for being here. Take the time out for being here with us tonight.
Really,
We
really
really,
appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it. We want to say thanks to you, darling, and to
Mr.
Neil, yeah, Mr.
And
and Mrs.
Mrs.
Sutton,
Sutton.
for being here tonight with us. We really appreciate it. We want to say thanks to my darling husband
And
over
thanks for my
here,
baby also.
who is not a good
You're working on
kisser.
3 kids.
Who is not a good kisser. I just want to say thanks. And I just want to say thanks to my extended family out there
All of my
that is
silent
still
listeners.
here. Yeah, we really, really appreciate you for making this Saturday night show go on and on and on. And guys, please remember to run over to Shelly Khan and support my girl. Run over to Full of Attitude channel and also support Full of Attitude. Yeah, guys. So anyway, big up on yourself. Have a blessed night. Remember, before we go, we normally say in every single thing.
Put God
God
first.
first.
Yes, we are up. Bye, guys. Have a blessed night. Love you all. Mwah.
Yeah. Ay, 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 wonderful life.